No, don't open that door. Don't open that door. Don't open that door. Not too late. Anyway, hi. I hope you guys are having a very lovely day. I am Exit. Hello, I am Entrance. I hope everything is going good for you guys. We're just having a casual stream. I'm thinking about doing a lot of talking and stuff. Might jump into some Stardew as well. We'll see how things go. Who knows? I'm gonna go and jump into the voice call real quick because didn't do that last time. Here, let's be good. Let's allow for other people to actually talk. There we go. Doing good. Baking for a date tomorrow. Ooh, very nice. Were you telling to not open the door to one of your family? No, it's fine. I'm joking. It's like, no, don't open it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anywho, I have crackers, and I will be opening them. Void has just sent 245 bits. Jesus. Who are you calling Screaming Void? You. That would be you, good sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Some art stuff I'm working on. Oh, very neat. What kind of art stuff we talking? Open. There we go. I don't want to do this early college program, but I kind of have to. I mean, yeah, it's kind of an important thing, man. College, get your education. Get yourself that degree. Soda and crackers. Lunch of champion. Anyway. Yums. My last week is tomorrow. I gotta say, life definitely feels significantly different after you leave high school. Though, doesn't necessarily mean that, things get bad. I know some people that get a little bit scared. They're just like, oh god, what's gonna happen? What's gonna go down? It's okay, honestly. Everything will work out. So I'm gonna check something real quick. I want to go into my settings. Ignore! Where is my hands specifically here? So, what's the distance slider do? Oh, okay, that's distance to camera. Position, left to right. Nope, that's fine. I think hand distance between the two hands needs to be adjusted. Here. I would like them to be touching, please. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, that's good. It just wasn't touching before, and I would prefer for that to be the case. Okay. Mirroring up the stream again. Oh, also, exit out of that menu so you don't see that. Yeah. Pardon our dust. Is it just me, or is your little guy more movable? Kind of. Yeah. There's a couple of, interesting automatic, motion toggles that I have added to the Bit Guy. So, yeah, he does have a little bit more shiftability. That's a big part of one of the reasons why I have a whole bunch of those redeems. It's because I moved over to a different stream engine. One that, it's slightly more up-to-date, and, there's actual updates happening with it. As opposed to VC Face, VC Face is just kind of peaked and it hasn't gone anywhere. That explains it. Do you think you might plan to play I Am a Fish game I showed you? Oh, yeah. See, I remember you showed me I Am Fish. And it's interesting because, man, it's weird to see a game from the I Am Bread guys. And, such a game that, has that kind of visual aesthetic. I remember I saw that, and that just kind of reminded me of, Finding Nemo, The Fish Escape, the game. And it sounds kind of cool. I might not. I don't know. Love that game? Cool. Fish! Oh. It does looking interesting. Holy freaking crap, that is loud. Okay, let me go ahead and lower that, because, ow, I forgot about that. Give me a sec. Jesus. And then we'll raise the music over here. Good God. Okay, does anybody want to redeem another one just so we can test the audio? Also, Void is over in the YouTube chat as well. Hello. Thank you. Thank you very much, Evbay. It's okay. I think I'm going to drop it down a few more decibels. Give Bit a heart attack simulator. No, please don't. I enjoy my heart right where it is. I don't need it to be bouncing around in my chest. You should play Little Kitty Big City. Oh, don't you know I have that game like... Yeah, that I got a crosshair on that one. I want to play Little Kitty Big City. Yeah, definitely. Is that the same developer who did the fish game? Which one are we talking about? Little Kitty Big City? I think that those are different developers if I remember right. I mean, we already went and played Stray, and I love that game. I feel like Little Kitty Big... Ow. My cheek. I feel like Little Kitty Big City is just going to be kind of like that, except less serious. Or maybe there's like a hidden zombie somewhere. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, yeah. So, before I forget to mention this, which I'm probably not going to, but gonna say this anyway. I made the announcement recently that I got a YouTube video. It is set up for a premiere and is going to be premiering on Saturday, next Saturday, the 15th, at 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So convert that to whatever time zone you're currently in. It's my video on TTS Brian, which is a video that I have been working diligently on for quite a long time. In the amount of, in the little sparse moments in time where I actually had time to work on stuff. And when I wasn't just exhausted. Keep in mind, I was working on this video around, like, the time that I was having vertigo issues, and vertigo just kind of knocked me on my ass for a very large portion of my time. So, yeah. But I'm feeling a heck of a lot better now, and I have actively been able to, like, get stuff like that done, which is cool. Yippee! I know! New videos, it's great. Yay! Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it. I certainly hope I don't, like... I don't know. I'm not... Ow! Oh, thank you for the snab. Snab, do you want pie? I've just been handed it. Nom 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 nom. You guys are bullying me! Stop it! Blah. How dare. No, no, you. Snap wants pie. What do you think? Ow. Friggin' Jesus! What kind of pie do you think would be his favorite? What's like a spooky pie recipe? Does anyone know? We should look into that. What's the spookiest pie you can have? Don't say pumpkin pie, that's too obvious. Soul pie? Oh, Ebbe. Come on. Well, fine then. Dup. He's adorable. Okay. I mean, funny enough, I've actually... Jeez! So, I actually have seen some pie recipes. Blump. Some pie recipes where, like, they take the top of the crust and then they shape it to make it, like, look like a thing. And, I wonder if anybody has made, like, pie crust that looks like, spider legs that, like, reaches across the entirety of the surface of the pie. I think that'd be creepy. And then make that a cherry pie, and it's like, blood flavor. That's gotta... Oh, God! It's fine, I'll respawn. Thank you. When suddenly the animator suffered a fatal heart attack. I love that bit. Not spider legs, but this is creepy. Ooh, let me see. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's metal as hell. Oh, man. Is there a way that I can, like, here, copy current address. So, at the current moment, I have, like, a built-in... Give me a second. No, that's not what I wanted. Gosh darn it. Anyway, I have, like, a built-in browser set up in my OBS, and I wonder whether or not I can have that redirect to just, you know, an external browser. Because it is really messing with me. I can't easily open up links in Firefox and stuff. I feel like Snap's Pie would be like, I don't know, Blueberry Pie or something. I forgot its name. A Blueberry Pie for Snap. Interesting. I wonder what that would be. Definitely throw a Nightmare Before Christmas party. Blackberry Pie? You know what? Yeah, I think that would work. Actually, no. Matt, so this has got to exist somewhere. I'm going to look this up. I'm pretty sure, like, somebody has posted about that in the Discord server at one point. I'm looking up images real quick. Hold on. I'm looking up jack-o'-lanterns. Here we go. Okay, confirmed. I have at least found one person that did... Actually, no, several people that have done pumpkins with Snatcher's face on it. Snatcher jack-o'-lanterns. That's nice. Though, I wonder, like, how many people do you think got the reference? Not many, I'm assuming. I'm guessing for most people, they saw that and they're just like, oh, that's a spooky face. And they're just like, that. You know, the reference to Hat in Time to sort of like whoosh went over their head. Hey, Bit, have you seen the movie The Golden Compass? I've heard the name. No, I have not seen The Golden Compass. One that I saw that was Grimm from Hollow Knight. Ooh. Actually, let me look that up. Grimm, Hollow Knight, and then Jack-o'-lantern. Let's see if I can find it. Nope, all it's giving me is just pictures of Grimm. I did find one pumpkin that's, it's just the Knight from Hollow Knight. As a pumpkin. Okay. Oh, and I found a Kirby pumpkin. Several Kirby pumpkins. I see. There's one that's Meta Knight. Ooh. I like that. There's a Sesame Street one. Like, the entirety of, like, the crew from Sesame Street on pumpkins. That's cool. I like that. It's just... So, okay, I know it's not just me. I swear, web search is getting shittier and shittier. And I don't know why. I feel like this is an attempt to try and push people towards using, like, AI bots and things. You know, like ChatGPT related stuff. Which I'm not a big fan of. I would much prefer to just, you know, go onto a search website, type in a few keywords, and bang, boingo, that's it. I don't need to have ChatGPT tell me my answer. Ooh, I found it, apparently. Let me see it. Whoa, that's cool! I like it. Once again, it spawned in, like... Oh, wait. Oh, Void just resubscribed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Void, again. Yes, you are the Screaming Void. It is you. You scream. you see that exclamation point on the side of your message there? Oh, well, okay, I can't see that in here. But I'm calling that a scream. You screamed, sir. We've done exactly what we, you know, what was described on the tin. Oh, wait. Actually, no, now that I think about it, what's the stream title? Did I forget to do that? Oh, no, the stream title is still Yeetus the Fetus. Hold on. I will rename this real quick, and then we will go over to just chatting. Oopsies. There we go. Oopsies. All right, there. Now we are accurate. So yeah, refresh if you want to see a different title. Speaking of which, though, my God, if you guys were not there for like the previous stream, snaps. Anyway, if you guys were not there for the previous stream of me doing Binding of Isaac, holy crap. That went on for way longer than I expected. Like, we ended up stretching into, like, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Like, I didn't expect to go that long, but I was just so curious to see, like, what was going to happen next. I was just like, oh my God, this is getting really deep. How many times can I beat the game? And then I foolishly walked into a treasure chest that had spikes on it, and I killed myself. So, yeah, that didn't work out. There are so many emoticons that are, like, falling from the sky right now. Dear God, I'm drowning in them. Drowning! It's good to know that when I'm not being entertaining, you guys can entertain yourselves. Yippee! Amazing! Ah, look at all the fake pogs. I'm still a little annoyed that that's the thing they decided to stick with as the new poggers. I don't like it. It's just a snake. It's like a yawning snake. Whatever, man. It doesn't have the same, like, you know, it doesn't have the same vibe as the original poggers. I understand why they had to get rid of the original poggers. Do not get me wrong. Okay? I don't disagree with that. I disagree with the new one, though. I'm so amused by this. I'm so glad you are, because it's chaos. Ah! Get cabbaged, fool. My cabbages! Amazing. Okay, I wasn't paying much attention, but do the animated GIFs animate in this? I'm assuming no. I think that would be like a little bit too much. Yawning snakes are silly, and I adore them for it. Oh. It appears that the answer is no. They're not animated in the background, and they're not animated when they're jumping around. So, okay. We know now. Now, what are we going to do? I mean, just the fact that they are actively... Oh. Wait, there's one! It was moving! It's moving in the background, too. You see that? So what's the difference? Is it like, you know, the official ones can do the dancey dance on me, but the unofficial ones can't? What does that mean? Come on. Prejudice. That's fun. It's like standing in the rain. Except it's dinosaurs. Hat Kid has too much bread. Well, you've been handing out bread every single freaking time that you come into the stream. I think you're cooking a little too much. Okay, baking actually is the proper word. You're baking way too many. It's raining dinos from out of the sky. Dinos. No need to ask why. Just open your eyes and scream. Ah! It's raining dinos. That's a good pog right there. I'm trying to think. Is that from a game? I'm trying to recall. It looks like it could be from a game, but it's probably just a streamer. Oh, ooh, oh. I like the hearts. Thank you. That's adorable. I'm just vibing. Kind of wish the particles stuck around a little longer so I can actually see them move. Oh, there's a bunch of my heads. Disembodied bit heads. Amazing. You know, a lot of the emotes that we have in this channel. Oh God. Okay, those look sharp. Wow. A lot of the emotes that we have in this channel are kind of just me. I should probably start, like, branching out and doing some other stuff. Yeah. There does exist other things in the world aside from this face. Do do do. Do 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 do. Can't I be smug about myself for 5 seconds? Jesus. Hey! Amazing! Oh, also, I have not moved my windows around a little bit. Ah, yippee! Anyway, I haven't moved my windows around a little bit. Let me do that real quick, because here we go. Yippee! Oh, that's not going to get annoying. How dare. Strawberry says, time to throw shit at Bit. Ow! Jesus! That was my teeth! Yeah, sorry. Snap's already here. So you basically made him make a noise. Thank you, though. If you want to spend 10,000 bits... Oh, God! If I had a neck, that would hurt. Anyway. Oh! FBay bought it! FBay told Snap to go home! Oh, but Void brought him back. Hello. He just had to go out for milk for a second. That's great. Don't try to sass me, Bit. Oh, I am Mr. Sassy Pants. Ah! Jeez. What the fuck? Hi, come on! Find it silly how he just falls down and accepts his fate. I mean, you know, when death comes, you just kind of have to accept it. Sorry to get dark, but... Yeah, those are actively hurting. That's my chest! I tell Snap to go home. Ow. So people can summon him. Yeah! Ah! Good God! We need to add more stuff. Just so that there's like a little bit more variety. I was taking a drink! Is this all this stream is gonna devolve to? It's literally just like, haha, look at Bit being abused. I suppose we haven't done like a casual stream yet of me just sitting down and chatting with the chat. So I haven't had time to actively do any like prep work to find out whether or not this is safe or viable to do. Ah! God! Need to get something from Hat in Time. Ooh, yeah, absolutely. Maybe some pawns. I think pawns would be fun. I don't know. Did pawns have a 3D model, or is that all texture work? Actually, I think it's like a 3D model, and then like there's a 2D texture inside of it, if I remember correctly. Hat Kid's hat. I think it'd be kind of funny if you made... Ow. Owie. I think it'd be funny if you made that like a falling item, maybe. I know there's a way that you can do falling items. And if that were to like land on my head and become a hat, that'd be kind of fun. I'll think about that one. That sounds like a good idea. It's like, give Bit a hat. Mario 1-up mushroom to throw at Bit. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, dude. I'm a big Mario fan, so there we go. I'm enjoying throwing stuff. Okay, fine. All right. Yeah, what kind of a pie is this? It appears to be a cherry pie. Got it. Anyway, you can go now. Make him fancy. I don't like the fact that why does the bubble tea, like, fart? I don't get the logic behind that. I would expect it to make, like, a splash. Not understanding very much. There's a bunch of deal with it bits, except the glasses are crooked. It works, I guess. It's freaking music. It's one of my favorite. Ow! One of my favorite Jake Kaufman tracks. And this track comes from, like, I think Mighty Switch Force 2. I don't know how many people have got, like, massive nostalgia for that one. I do. That kind of looks like Bit is pointing directly to his, like, mouth. I just blasted through my channel points. Lamau, throw stuff at Bit for me. Ah ha ha ha! You have used them up, suckers! Now you... Oh! I'm friggin'... upset. Anger. I tried to make these rewards at least, like, you know, not too expensive so that people can actively, you know, throw stuff at me at Rapid. Ooh, that shell just turned 500 bits. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good God. You don't need to do the thing. Thank you very much. That was super nice. You fool. I still have a a bunch of points. Ah! Okay. Bye! That's enough pie! Over there. Get out. Okay. Get him. Let me just... Also, I wanted to make sure that a whole bunch of these things were only, like... I didn't want to make them redeemable for money. Not like... Perhaps if one of these things becomes a little bit too, like, distracting, I might move it into a bit-related thing. Because, like... this is kind of like the test waters. We're trying to figure out, like, what works and what doesn't. And if it turns out one of these things turns out to be kind of obnoxious, I could either, like, raise the price on, like, the points for them, or I might have to, like, move them over to something like an actual, like, you know, bit system. So that, at the very least, the one thing I can do is make sure that if it's gonna be used, it's going to be used by somebody that's, like, you know, paying me. Oh, nah, I'm not doing that. Oh, in reference to what? No. Had to fix something real quick. Oh, okay. So there. My Wi-Fi is acting like shit. Is it your Wi-Fi or is it me? Oh, okay, no. We've got 0.0% of dropped frames. Though we apparently did drop 30 at some point. I don't get the logic of this. I'm the one who has to fix the Wi-Fi. Mm-hmm. What's funny is that my dad is actually pretty good when it comes to technology. Though, every once in a while he does do things where I'm just like, come on, man. You literally went and did classes to learn about networking, and this is what you know about networks? Because, you know, he would just be like, you know, did you check the router? It's like, it's not the router. If it, you know, if the problem's happening with the modem, literally none of the other components matter. It's like, okay, maybe some cables need to be replaced. It's the modem. The earliest point in the chain that's failing is the modem. That is like numero uno. That is the first thing in the chain, aside from the cord that goes outside the household. That's not a good... I mean, you know, I want to be nice, but I'm just like... Ah! Ow! Frig! Ah! It's another wave! What? Bleh. Oh! Ooh. Ow! Bleh. That's a lot of pies! Help! What's happening? Stop! I'm scared. You made a mistake, Bubble Boy. Come on. Why? Why? No. No. No, you're bullying me. You're all bullying me. Okay. It's gone quiet. Ow. I have 15k points. So many tosses. Silver. Frig. Why? Yeah. I suppose Silver is the one that's been, you know, they just kind of idle on my streams. They've been here a while. Get the pies out of here. It's all kind of just melding together at this point. Yeah. Yeah. Stop. Come on. I'm imagining. Imagine. Christ. I'm imagining one of my friends coming in to the Discord chat. And I don't know what they would say. Oh, who am I kidding? They'd probably start throwing things at me too. Thank you. I appreciate the drink break. Boo! Now imagine that's just only one thing that you can do. Imagine. Come on, Jesus! You know, it's somehow it's less insulting when it's just a massive pelting of items. Ow! Frig! Is there any? Pierce! Make them stop! Why? Yippee! No! Pierce, you traitor! I wonder what. Ow! Friggin'! I wonder what my neighbors probably think if they can hear me, and just being like, "What is that streamer doing again?" Now he's screaming for help. Do we call the police? Yay! It's a celebration! Yay! I thought it would kill the chat. Nope. Ow! Frick! Friggin' pot! I'm scared! When did this end? When did we start the stream? 30 minutes ago? I have to at least go for 30 more minutes of this! Actually, it's more like an hour. Oh, Lord, I'm doomed. Feed bit more pie. Maybe I should make that a separate toggle. I just did an endless flurry of pies. I could do that. I could actually. Thank you. Yay! I could make like separate toggles so that one of them is just throwing. Ow! I'm still at 1K points, Bubble Boy. Play. Hey, okay, all right. Look, think about it this way. Yippee! Think about it this way, okay? You don't want to use up all your points because what if I come up with something really cool like in like a week and then you're not gonna have any? Whoa. Think about that for a second. Don't want to go too nuts. Be select. Friggin'. Okay, I'm done. Thank you, Sulfur. Thank you for the redeems for your points, by the way. This has been fun. This is a very different stream. I appreciate it. I'm so happy Bit went to Merry Calendars. Snab is back. Where'd he go? Who got? Did somebody get rid of Snab so that he wouldn't get hit by the onslaught? So you only care about Snab, not me. You're fine with throwing stuff at me, but like you're just like no, protect the child. How dare you? See, I think I've had Murray Calendar pies, and it's like, it's fine. To be fair, I didn't have any of like the no. I'm terrible when it comes to like actual pies with actual filling in it. I am so terrible when it comes to my palate. I'm more of a guy who likes like, you know, pureed internal pumpkin kind of. So like, you know, pumpkin pie, French silk pie, which is literally just chocolate pie. That's my jam right there. Protect the Snab. Protect the child. Yes, protect. He's a good boy. Yeah, I got rid of Snab to protect him. Well, good for you. Anyway. Ooh. Oh, I'm looking at a post on Tumblr. So I subscribe to like Supper Mario Broth, which is like just Yeah, it's an account that posts a bunch of Nintendo fun facts and things, and they've just shown off like this neat little like, oh, it's a necklace, except it's got like a bullet bill on it, and it's like a designer necklace. It's cool looking. I like it. Did you watch the Summer Game Fest? No, I actually have not watched the Summer Game Fest. See, for me, so Summer Game Fest and stuff related to it, like, you know, the video game awards and things related to that, I tend to not watch them because at the end of the day, what ends up happening is the things that are actually worth a damn get talked about on social media, and then I hear it through the grapevine. You know, like, I don't really feel like watching the shows because I don't want to be just sitting through one gigantic wall of nothing but ads, you know? It's just a gigantic, like, ad conglomerate that's disguised as, you know, a showcase or an award ceremony. The shows are mostly cringe. You're right. The exciting part is when, like, you know, they talk about the cool video games that are happening. Oh, I'll tell you one thing I'm actually excited, question mark, about. I'm not going to say I'm completely excited about this because, honestly, I'm a little bit intimidated and worried about it. I don't know if it's going to work out or not. But, so we didn't get an announcement that Banjo-Kazooie was getting anything, unfortunately. I've been waiting. I'm waiting for that to finally happen, but it hasn't happened. However, one thing that was announced is that Yooka-Laylee is going to be getting a new remaster. This one, it is a big old HD sort of upgrade. And so visually, it's going to look a heck of a lot better. They're adding more foliage. They're making it look a little bit nicer. As well as also, I've seen some footage of some gameplay that they were showing off. And I can just tell from looking at the gameplay footage, the camera is pulled back significantly from the characters. And that is huge. Like, just the fact that that is a thing that is in Yooka-Laylee now, it tells me that it's going to at least somewhat have a more similar feel to something like Banjo-Kazooie. Because with Banjo-Kazooie, that's kind of how it was set up. Yooka-Laylee kind of set it up so that the camera was like directly behind them at all times. You know, kind of like at a fair distance. The camera for Yooka-Laylee's remaster is like way pulled back. And I'm like, ooh, oh. So, now on top of that, they also, I guess they're going to be adding coins and stuff to the system. So my guess is that those coins are probably going to be used to fill out a lot of the large expanses of the world. Ow! I'm talking, gosh darn it! Anyway. Thank you, Chatty Frog. I appreciate that. Brownies in the oven. Ooh, very nice. Anyway, yeah, so I guess, so yeah, there's going to be more collectibles, so that's freaking cool. Maybe that'll give a little bit more presence and, you know, need for the world to be as big as it is, as well as there is now a map system, so you're not going to get ridiculously lost. Visually, it's going to be a little bit better. A whole bunch of the challenges are going to be modified so that they're going to be, I guess, a little bit more interesting or something that's, like, you know, more entertaining to play. Ultimately, it sounds really good. The only issue, though, is that I was really burnt from playing the first Yooka-Laylee. So much so that I kind of just didn't want to play any other Yooka-Laylee games afterwards. Yippee! Yay, I was burned. I love that you have one of my stim words here. Which one? Are you talking yippee? Yippee is a nice one, for sure. Anyway, no, so way early on in the early times of my streams, I did stream Yooka-Laylee, and there was bad omens with that, like, from the get-go, because the first day that I decided to play Yooka-Laylee, I was sick. So it's just like, hi, Crab Cakes. Hey, Izumi. Hello, Izumi. Yeah, that was a bad omen to be, like, playing the game when I was sick, because that basically told me everything I need to know. Just like, oh, yes, This isn't, you know, going to bode anything. So anyway, right. The game ended up not being all that great. I wouldn't say it was bad, per se. I would just say it was mediocre. I am kind of leaning on the game being sort of somewhere between a 4 and a 5. Oh, Snap's gone. Shoot. Well, Chatty sent Snap away. Anyway. So, yeah, it was somewhere around a 4 or a 5. I'm really leaning more towards a 4. What do you think of fighting games? Never really been much of a competitive kind of person, so I haven't played a lot of fighting games. I do remember that I did play a heck of a lot of Mortal Kombat when I was growing up, so that's kind of my jam. Mostly just because, haha, blood and gore. You know, I was one of those kids. Like, I did grow up being a little bit of an edgelord. Not ridiculously. I was like a reserved edgelord. Yeah, I don't know. Is that the best description I can give? I'm using my saved up points for evil. Ah, I see. I see what's going on here. Well, it's fine. Snap will be back eventually. Let me think. Other fighting games? Technically, this doesn't really count, but like Smash Bros. I was really massively into that. But that's not... Oh, Snap's back. Very nice. Thank you, very chatty. Yeah, Snap, I don't know. For a lot of fighting game enthusiasts, Smash Bros. Just doesn't count. So, but if you do count it, or if you say that it's okay, then yeah, I like Smash Bros. Personally. You should add more chaotic point rewards. I felt bad. No worries. Keep in mind, to get rid of Snap, it's 10,000 points. So you definitely paid for it. That's 10,000 points down the drain. And then all it takes is like 1,000 points to bring Snap in. Oh wait, no. Invite Snap is 2,000. Okay, never mind. But anyway, it's significantly cheaper to bring him in than it is to get rid of him. And hey, it gives people an opportunity to invite Snap themselves. So, you know, that's fine. I was a little confused because I thought you found the violence funny. Have you ever heard of the crackpot? I have no clue what you're talking about. For Yuka Replay, are they porting it to Unreal Engine? You know, that would be freaking nice. I have no idea. That's a good question. I'm very curious to figure out what that is. Are they sticking with Unity? Are they going for Unreal? I hope they're going for Unreal. The original game was in Unity. I can see why they would want to move away from that. Yeah, no, valid. I feel like Unity is just not powerful enough of an engine to be doing what they're attempting to try and do. Oh, okay, maybe it could be powerful, but you kind of have to jump through a lot of hoops in order to make Unity work, you know? The lighting looks really Unreal Engine 5. I mean, honestly, some of the lighting updates might strictly just be because of the fact that they swapped engine. It's kind of like how I swapped engine with, you know, the Bit avatar, and one of the side effects is that you guys have access to these fun little channel point things. So, you know, it's kind of like, oh. Unity kind of burned through a lot of goodwill very quickly. Yes, they did. Oh, man. If anybody has the option of leaving Unity, oh, please do. Because, no. I don't trust it, even, like, a tiny iota anymore. I mean, like... Why is there a crab on your head lore-wise? I don't friggin'... I have no idea. I mean, okay, so the actual answer is that, you know, I drew Snap, and Snap's adorable, and, you know, I like him. Lore reasons? I don't friggin' know. He kind of harkens back to Hat in Time, and I've done a heck of a lot of things for Hat in Time. Yay! Yeah, look. More crabs. Most crabs live underwater. Bit is water. That! Thank you, Pierce. That's the best excuse I could possibly think of. That you thought of. Anyway, more about fighting games, though. Yeah, honestly, it's mostly just been Mortal Kombat. That's been my experience for fighting games back in the day. And that doesn't leave a whole lot of room, unfortunately. I think, oh, it doesn't help that, like, Mortal Kombat really hasn't had a decent game come out, or, like, you know, a fresh, really cool game come out since Mortal Kombat, like, the first reboot. After that, it's just like I've heard nothing but like mediocre reviews and mediocre talk about it. The new movie of Godzilla vs. Kong sucks ass. I haven't seen it, but I could see that. I played Smash before, and I was horrible at it. Yeah. Pierce says, I absolutely suck at any fighting games that isn't Smash. See, for me, do you remember that one Mortal Kombat ad with Jade in it? No, I don't remember that. Though, you say that one Mortal Kombat ad with Jade in it. She was entering some sort of beauty contest. It was hilarious. I don't know. You say Mortal Kombat ad with Jade in it, and I know that Jade, like, you know, they kind of like objectify. Frig. Anyway, they objectify the women a lot in that series, so I'm just thinking, oh, ad Mortal Kombat Jade. I'm assuming it's okay. Thank you. I remember Mortal Kombat being the reason the ESRB was created. I think it was that and a combination of a couple other games that came out around that time. I know Night Trap was one of those things that was really pushed as being like one of the things that pushed the idea of the ESRB. I'm going to stay idle and raise up my points, Shell. Now, keep in mind, if you stay too idle, you won't be able to press the, the little present button that's going to be in the corner of your chat. That'll give you an extra little bonus of points if you click it often. It's a retention machine. The other game was Night Trap. Night Trap is just campy. It's not actually problematic. Ain't that the truth, man? Like, it's weird what, like, gets up people's eye. I'm fine. I do like the, the Gary's Mod Half-Life sound effects on that one. They're fun. I was just like, if I'm going to have a fainting effect happen, there's only one sound effect I can possibly think of that will work with it. And bada boom, bada bing, bada bomb. Going to be drawing most of the time. Hey, nice one. Fatality. Not quite. If it was a fatality, you'd have seen my my character on screen explode. And that has not happened. Friggin'! Come on! I've got the brains, the brawn, and the polygons to win this thing. Uh-oh. Yeah, that sounds objectifying. Yeah. Man, dude, the advertising in the 2000s was insane. Like, wow, they got away with some crazy shit back then. I've seen some commercials that were made in, like, the 2000s, and there was so much edge and just so many, like, raunchy, explicit references. Like, wow. You should do KO for one of the sound effects for Dead. Oh, yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Wheezing right now. Well, I'm glad I'm doing something to entertain you. Looks at the Dead or Alive commercials. Yeah! So why do you play Dead or Alive? Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, it was just buy boobs! Buy! Look, there's boobs in our video game, therefore you should play it. You should play the thing with the boobs. Never mind the fact that, like, we're talking about the Tomb Raider game, and the boobs are literally just a cartoon, like a cartoonish cardboard box stapled to a chest. I'm honestly surprised they were allowed. It's weird, because, like, I don't really see... I mean, okay. I don't know. I still think there is sex in advertising nowadays, but it's different, It's less egregious. It's less, like, way out there, and I feel like they are trying to be a little tongue-in-cheek a little bit more. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I haven't been watching enough ads to be able to, like, fully soak that in. Possibly. Also, I don't have cable. So, I haven't had an opportunity to see a whole bunch of the cable television where those ads are located. So, sleepy but energetic. Oh, God, that's a vibe. I've been there before. where I'm just like, oh man, God, I don't feel like doing anything, but I'm also jittery as all hell. Four has funny Halo Spartan. There are some really good 2000s game ads. The Wii would like to play ads were great. Oh, the Wii would like to play ads were classic. Like, that they did a really good job of just pushing the idea of what the Wii was. It's just, hey, these two guys from Nintendo have brought a Wii over to your house, and whoever's house it could be your house, or it could be your house, or it could be your house, you know. And like they chose just random old houses and random people, and being like, yeah, this could be played by anybody. It could be played by your kids, by your dad, by a grandma, by, like, you know, by your aunt, by your neighbor, anybody. Yeah, it was a really good way to advertise the fact that, you know, the Wii was very much a family console. And then they made the Wii U, and I don't think they had any idea what they were doing. There's like, it's the Wii, but HD, and you get a screen. One screen. And it's not a separate screen. You have to be next to the console in order to make it work. And most people didn't know what to do with that. They were just like, well, what's the benefit? What do I do with that? It instantly communicated exactly how the Wii worked and showed some great games. Bingo. And I appreciate that. Can I drink you? No. Off limits. There was also the Xbox Live ad that used music from Little Big Planet. Oh. Ooh. I hope that wasn't too, well, okay. Did that happen at completely separate times and then, like, or was it, like, completely coincidental? Who knows? You can, anybody can license a piece of music, man. It happened the same year. So, okay, so that was just a kick in Sony's crotch then? I think that'd be funny. Ow, freaking crap. Here, let me take a look at this real quick.
Duluth buck naked smooth underwear.
What the fuck? Oh, okay. This is an ad. I was just like, why the hell am I looking at an ad for underwear? Piers, what did you send me? Oh, never mind. I probably won't be able to actually listen to the music for very long because it's, you know, it's probably a copywritten thing, but... Bit is confirmed to practice cannibalism by drinking his own H... It's not my own H2O. It is H2O in general. Come on. I don't want to watch Duluth Trading Company.
Connect your Xbox 360 to the internet.
Anyway. Oh god. Okay, I don't want to listen too much. Ah, that song. Okay. Interesting. All right, very curious. The copyright gods shall smite thee. No! I swear, I wasn't trying to steal things. UMG, whatever the frig. Don't kill me. Oh no, Sony is going to send, what was it, that one thing I just recently saw? Sony is going to be sending, assassins to my house. Duluth has weird commercials. Agreed, yeah. It's licensed music. Don't play it out loud. I played only tiny little snippets. If that ends up getting copyright struck, ow. You know, oh well, man. Oh well. I found that usually with copyright strikes, like 5 seconds. Like if you have 5 seconds of uninterrupted music for whatever it is, and if it's like very clearly audible, that tends to be the cutoff point. Can I drink you? No! Stop it! My water. I forgot what the ad was about, but I have it stuck in my head where a sentient glass with a red drink that breaks through a wall. I don't know. I don't know if you're being... I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a 90s kid and I grew up with that ad every freaking where. So I almost feel like what you're saying is sarcastic. Because, like, I kind of already know what you're talking. Yep. Hey, Kool-Aid! Oh, yeah! I figured since that we were talking about copyright strikes, I'd strike you. Well, jeez, thank you. Here, you guys are talking about something. Hold on. I hate the bad guy in Hat in Time. The one with yellow eyes. The Snatcher guy. Aw. I mean, hey, I like a good jerk, a jerk villain, you know? I like somebody who is just unapologetically evil. And Snatcher is definitely one of those. Where he's just like, yes, I'm a complete scumbag, but you're going to love me. You know, that kind of thing. That's right. I'm voiced by, like, I voice him in Vanessa's Curse. So, yeah. If you don't like Snatcher, then you don't like me. I'm going to take that personally. I'm kidding. You can have your own opinion. Don't worry about it. I like jerk villains. I just wish he wasn't a deal maker. Oh, that's the issue. Where you're just like, oh, it's like a deal with the devil kind of thing. Yeah, I get that. I want to sign one of Snatcher's contracts. No, you don't. Those things are miserable. Trust me, I did once. That didn't work out very well. I currently have so many freaking fidget gadgets on my desk right now, and it's all because of that 3D printer. I'm in so much trouble. I have too many. Let me count them out here. So we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 that are just sitting here. And every once in a while, I'll find myself reaching over to them and then just, like, fidgeting around with them. Voiced by Youngtown in the base game. Support his music. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and support his music in general. Support what he does. He does, like, regular live streams where he either plays video games, and a lot of times he has also done, like, composing and, like, making his own music live on stream. So, yeah, if you want to support the Snatchy Boy in, like, in his prime, go take a look at his stream. I like the Smash rap that he did for Smash 4. Ooh. Very neat. Don't know if I've heard that one, but hey, I've heard his raps, and like, he's got some flow. I like his humor, and I want to run full speed at him. And hug him, and make him feel awkward. But anyway, yeah. What I currently have sitting here is, like, I have these weird, like, things where I can flip them inside out, and it's like a weird fractal. It's neato, and it makes strange noises whenever you move them. I have, like, a circle thing where like, a bunch of individual circles that are, like, within, I don't know, you can spin them around. And they're kind of neat. A collab with Garrett Williamson, the guy who does music for Scott the Wasp. Ooh, very nice. I'll force Snatcher to give me a contract by breaking into his house, while posing and screaming as loud as I possibly can. Ah, yes, that will make him have you sign a contract. You know, and not just kill you outright. Every once in a while, like, I don't know, whenever you saw him... Ah! Thanks. Nah. Could you show me a picture of your model? A picture of it? Why? What do you need that for? I'm confused. I'm here. Are you talking like you just want a picture of, like, the whole thing? In, like, T-pose mode or whatever the heck? Model's right there. It's just screenshot it. Yeah, you could do that. I'm drawing. Well, you can see me. I suppose. I mean, it sounds like what you want is a here. What you probably want is like the reference sheet for him. So give me a second. I'm gonna go and find that. If you want to find it, it is pinned over in the the BitB Fan Art Hall of Fame, by the way. Just for anybody who is interested anytime later. Here, let me go and post that in here. There we go. Is that corn? What it... Oh, no, I think it's like... Oh, it's a flashlight or something. Looked like corn. Anyway. Breaks in and screams. Complete chaos. Anyway, more fidget things. I recently made this thing. I think I've talked about it in a previous stream, but it is a tiny little gear that has like a spring that like clacks back and forth, and it's just a little clicker. That is literally all it's designed to do. It just makes noise. But it's addicting. And then, the final thing I have, which is, it's the most complicated thing that I've made, but it's the most satisfying, is a fidget spinner, except it is a fidget spinner that is made out of gears. And it's like, it doesn't go very long. You can actually see it spin in my hand, you know, with the hand tracking. You can't actually see it, but you can see my hand, like, reacting to it. It's cool. I like that a lot. Also, I just recently heard a story. If Bit were to have hair, what hairstyle would he have? You know, a lot of people have asked that question, and honestly, I have no idea. I don't know what kind of hairstyle I'd have. I think bald is beautiful, thank you very much. Mullet! Hell no. That is an absolute no. 0%. Wouldn't happen. Don't want. Especially not like, you know, a farmer's mullet. That would be very creepy. Anyway, no, fun story about that little fidget spinner thing, though. I made a whole bunch of them, and then I handed them out to a couple of people in my family. Like, I gave one to my mom and my dad and a few other people. And one of my brothers who was visiting my mom recently went off to her place, and he saw that the fidget device was on the counter. He doesn't have one of his own. I didn't get an opportunity to hand one to him. But he saw that, and he was just like, ooh, duck! Anyway. And he was just like, ooh, spinner, neat. And so then he starts, like, spinning it in his hand. But, like, he's kind of testing it, and he's trying to see just how fast he can spin it. And he spins it so fast that I guess he must have hit it wrong or something, and the thing, like, broke apart and, like, popped up and just, like, exploded. And he was just like, whoa, oh no, how'd that happen? God damn it. And he was trying to put it back together again, and he couldn't figure it out. It was just like, oh no, how do I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. That was yours, and I broke it. Oh shoot, how do I do this? And so recently I went over to my mom's place, and it was just sitting on the desk, completely broken. And my mom asked me, just like, yeah, how do you fix this? I don't understand. And I was just like, hey, good news. You don't have to do much. Literally, this thing is only being held together by the tension of all of the items that are currently connecting it together. So you just have to, like, pop all the parts back where they were, and, like, you know, close a couple of, a couple of the spots here and there. I'm trying to remember what's the term. I don't know. There's, like, this connecting rod in between, like, 3 different points, and you just gotta squeeze those together, and bada bing, bada boom, bombs your uncle, like, the thing spins. So, you know, they learned that today. But apparently he was really worried because he genuinely thought that he'd broken. And I'm like, oh man, no, you didn't. It's fine. And keep in mind, I made it. I literally made the thing. Here. Ah! Thank you. Anyway, I literally made the thing, so all you have to do is I could just make it. I could print out like 50 more of these if I wanted to. For not even that much money. If I punched you in the face, would my fist go through you? I think if you swung fast enough, probably. Yeah. There is a little bit of like a resistance to like to the water just a little bit. But yeah, if you forced, you probably could. Yeah. I still have crackers here. Anyway, let me check the good old internet and see what the heck is going on. Hopefully nothing serious. That bit is Oobleck. Not quite. Oobleck, if you hit it, it suddenly becomes hard at like the point of contact. That's different. I think I'm not going to say Jello because that's not right either. It's like the first layer is Jello. But then if you pass through the first layer, it's just water. It's just liquid. Did you see that Pixar announced that they aren't going to be making original ideas anymore? Yep. Well, okay, that's not exactly what they said. They said that they want to make more movies that are based off of widespread appeal. And they said, like, we want to be focusing less on the individual struggles and stories that are made by, like, you know, the executives and people that are working at Pixar. That's how they wanted us to swallow the pill. But yeah, no, that basically all of that is just corporate speak for we don't want to make original stories anymore. We just want to make stuff that is like milk toast that anybody will be fine with. They wanted to focus on ideas that had already been proven, and that means sequels. Well, yeah, that's probably why we're currently working with Inside Out 2. Because they're just like, oh, hey, yeah, we barely have to iterate on anything. He's already a great idea. Gonna draw a bit, but with the shapes or something. Go for it. And Toy Story 5. Can we just let the toys be? They've had a hard life. Just allow them to be toys. That's so annoying. Like, every single, like, Toy Story. Yeah, they already announced it. Like, every single Toy Story, it's just like, you know, sad existence movies. And it keeps on getting more existential as the movies keep going on. Can we be done? Can we stop crying over the toys now? We've done the thing. Edible water bottle is what Bit is. Actually, yeah. Edible water bottle, like have you guys ever seen that? Basically, like water bottles, like it's kind of like, it's like a sweet outer coating, and then like you pop it in your mouth, but the inside is just water, and it like boom, it breaks open in your mouth, and then you drink it. Did you watch Toy Story 4? You can continue from where that movie ended. I'm trying to remember if I remember I saw some clips from Toy Story 4. I don't know if I watched the entirety of Toy Story 4. But, like, for God's sake. Yeah, Woody permanently leaves the party. Mm-hmm. And that's probably because, like, you know, Tom Hanks is getting a little bit, like, you know, long in the tooth nowadays. I don't know whether or not Tim Allen is kind of feeling that exact same vibe or not. Who knows? Also, how can you have a Toy Story without Woody? It's Woody. He's the most important character there. Literally, he was like one of the first toys that you even see. Why is Snab 2D? That's a good question. Snab, have you been going into the 2D verse? What have you been up to? Where have you been going? Random question. Have any of you guys ever tried wax bottles that have a sour juice flavor inside of them? No, I have not. That's interesting and weird. Thanks for the answer, Snab. I appreciate it. Thank you, FBay, for the redeem. You are a toy! You aren't the real Buzz Lightyear. You're an action figure. You are a child's plaything! You are a sad, strange little man. They're great movies. Stop trying to extend them. The story was good on its own. Freaking Christ, man. Snatcher needs to stop taking people's souls. I feel that I don't know, kind of an ends. Well, end justifies the means kind of situation. Just got to keep things haunted, man. You are a snab. Oh, it all tastes like wax. Well, that just kind of reminds me of like, you know, those like, what are they called? Like the Baby Bell cheeses, like the tiny ones that have all the wax around them, and then you like peel them open, and you know, you get rid of the wax, and then you eat the cheese. It's like a tiny fancy cheese, except, you know, mass produced. Gidley, I'm assuming does do you mean Ghibli? Ghibli? They don't have deadlines for any of them. I don't. Oh, hello.
Hi.
There's a moon in here. How's it going?
Oh, number one, don't mind my cousin in your garbage can. He's staying there, you know? Don't worry about it. Hi.
What? Oh, yeah, right. That cousin. Bleh.
Yeah.
My dad keeps sending me little video snippets of like the security camera. They are currently like, it's a constant struggle back and forth as he tries to like readjust the pole that the bird feeder is on. It's just like, okay, we're gonna make it a little bit farther. Okay, that. Yippee! Okay, that didn't work. Okay, we're gonna raise it up a bit. Okay, that didn't work. All right, we're just gonna mount the whole goddamn thing on a pole. He's trying so hard to come up with a way of making the raccoon stop.
Oh, you guys were you guys are actually having a raccoon thing.
Oh, yeah, dude, totally. I thought that's what we were talking about. What were you talking about?
No, I haven't been online that much. I was pulling a skin out my ass.
Oh, well, that was a good skit then. Did you hear about that? Yeah, there's a raccoon going on.
Good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, over at my dad's place, he was complaining about that one day. Like, he went to go and get a hose from underneath the deck, like an air hose, because he was doing some work with his air compressor. And he went to go where it was, and he found the absolute mother load of turds. And he was like,
Oh no.
where did this come from, and what made it? And so he cleaned it out. And then much later on, he found out what it was. It's a raccoon. And I guess the raccoon had been like, basically sneaking into the yard. And then he would go up to where like the bird feeder is, which apparently my folks got a new bird feeder. And so he would go up to the bird feeder. He would get up onto like the deck railing and then reach out the bird feeder and then like pull the bottom of it closer to him. And then he would just start snacking on nuts. And then after he was done, he would go underneath the deck apparently, and then just rest. And then afterwards, take a massive crap and leave.
That sounds like what I do on a Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we all, that's living the dream. We all wish. So yeah, there is actually a genuine like push and pull going on right now, trying to like mount that bird feeder in a way that this raccoon stops. And there is security camera footage of like this raccoon going up there and trying to grab the bird feeder and failing several times, but like this thing's crafty. It's coming up with all kinds of ways to get it.
Well, raccoons are smart. They're pretty smart.
Mhm.
I believe my mother had spoken about one of our family members having a pet raccoon.
Aw.
They were so smart that child locks on the cabinets still didn't help.
Oh. Aw.
Also, if you hear a second voice in the background, that is my sister. But her chair with now.
Hello, sister. Also,
Hello,
Pierce says,
sister.
"Hey, Bit, play Sly Cooper. Is Sly Cooper available on anything aside from PlayStation?"
I don't know. Ugh.
I
I
would
just
like
ate
to
a
know
French fry that tasted awful.
that. Oh yeah,
Ugh.
you got the dud fry, the one that's been sitting in the fryer for way too long.
Ugh, that was gross.
Silver says,
I
hi.
also-
Hello, Silver. Up here says
Hello,
it's on
Silver.
Vita. Okay, so technically speaking, I might be able to play it on PlayStation Vita. Mm. I guess. I have the Vita.
Also,
I don't
Another
feel
thing
like
I
booting that thing.
apologize. Another thing I apologize for is if you hear a bunch of shooting and stuff. I'm playing Destiny 2 right now.
Oh,
I'm sitting on the floor because I don't have a space for my TV, so I'm playing Destiny 2 right now. Half
yeah,
the
Maybelline
time.
has been showing me a whole bunch of like screenshots of Destiny 2 and being like, "Hey, look at the fun game where you can accessorize. You should play." And I'm like, "Go away."
In the words of my online sibling Luna, this game is all about fashion, but in reality, it's like, oh, you have the stats, then the fashion.
Mm. I mean, I remember playing Borderlands 2. Really didn't care about how I looked. It was all about whatever thing gave me the best stats.
With Destiny 2, you can create ornaments. Nice. You can create ornaments, which basically turns a piece of armor that you have previously collected into just like you can make it look like whatever the fuck you want.
Hmm.
So you can just look cool while the stats are also really great and without caring too much. Because in order to make ornaments, you gotta get this thing, these synthesizers. And in order to get synthesizers or I don't remember what the word is. I'm probably gonna have to go over to Ada and figure it out because I don't remember. To get those, you have to do a bunch of missions. So it's hey, it works. Plus, with how they get plus, no matter what you do, you could be not doing any missions and you can get XP for like whatever seasonal thing they're doing. And then you get rewards for ranking up in seasonal shit.
Yeah, I think for me, like, the fact that it was basically live servicey, it really did turn me off massively from that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
I'd much rather
everybody
just-
likes live service games.
Yeah. I prefer to just play fun, shooty game without it being a live set. Like, I don't know. I remember I like the old school idea of just jumping into matchmaking. Everybody was equal, at least in visual. I guess, a little bit of accessorizing is cool. But then, like, it was all up to your wits and your fists. And we kind of moved away from that. And now it's like, ooh, hey, look at this guy that has the shiny armor and the shiny gun. I guess technically, you do need to have some skill, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
With Destiny 2, despite it, like, aside from like live service and stuff, there was like some complications, I guess, with the CEO. The situation was not fully explained, but like a previous CEO, I think it's a previous CEO, like messed up some stuff, and they ended up vaulting a majority of the like story. So even I can't play a lot of the starting story, like Red Roar and all that. I'm really sad about it because I was told that a lot of that story was awesome, and now I can't play it. I have to watch like a 10-hour, no joke, 10-hour long video just to get all of the lore up until the recent DLC.
And this is for like Destiny 2 specifically?
Destiny 2 specifically.
Thank you for the pie.
I don't know anything about Destiny 1. I have like a physical copy of Destiny 1, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Given to me by my friend Razor, who also gave me this Xbox One.
Oh, nice. I just remember, I've heard so many stories about all of the trials and tribulation involved. Yippee! Thank you. All the trials and tribulation involved with Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 in development. And I remember, like, the development of Destiny 1, there was a lot of controversy with that because a bunch of people that were a part of the team ended up leaving for a number of reasons, or, like, got screwed out of contracts, or, people didn't get paid, or something related to that. And then the game came out, and a bunch of the story ended up being fragmented and thrown into notes that you have to find out in the world, which nobody really wanted to play it that way. And then, like, they tried to push the idea that Destiny would be supported for a long time, and then they made the announcement that Destiny 2 was happening, which pissed off a lot of people, because they were like, okay, well, why did we spend so much time playing Destiny 1 then? And then Destiny 2 came out, and it still had a ridiculous amount of problems. And the consensus seems to be that the main driver of all the really bad decisions that were made over the course of Destiny's lifetime was good old Activision.
Yeah.
Because Activision just needed to have their microtransactions and they needed to release a fresh game annually.
With there, like, okay, sorry, brain English did not work.
Yeah.
All the English just left. I'm no longer speaking English. It's just bits and pieces of English and gibberish. Anyways, shit, I lost it again.
No, it's fine.
Give me a second. Okay. My online sibling Luna. I call her my online sibling because at this point she and I have just mentally adopted each other as siblings. She gave me the rundown of some stuff that was going on. I don't know too crazy about all of the problems and issues that happened with Destiny, but she really likes the story, and I really like the story so far from what I have seen. However, I know about some of the issues, at least involving the microtransaction issues, or some guy wanted to put microtransactions, I don't know, something along those lines. Something, one guy was being greedy.
Bungie approved
But-
the fan remake of Marathon by Alpha 1 to be released on Steam. Oh, that's cool.
Hell yeah. I did not know that.
So, I mean, here's the good news, though. Like, you know, I made all of those complaints and things, but, so apparently, Bungie did have a contract to at least be, pretty much attached to the hip with Activision for, like, 9 years. They got into year 2, and like I said, they released Destiny 2, which was an attempt to try and fix a lot of the problems with Destiny 1, because a lot of, you know, they ended up screwing up the reception of Destiny 1 so much they had to move over to Destiny 2. And Destiny 2 wasn't doing well, so I guess that was enough ammo that Bungie went up to Activision and said, okay, look, the deal really needs to be off. Like, this isn't benefiting you, it's not benefiting us. Can we just reach a settlement so that we can, like, just buy back the company and make everything ourselves again? And I guess, like, they were kind of hurting money-wise, and they needed to cut some assets, so they looked at that as being able to write it off as a loss, and they were like, yeah, you know what, yeah, sure, you can just take everything back, take your game back, yeah, whatever, you can have Destiny. and then Bungie left, and there are rumors that the night that they separated from Activision, there was champagne bottles opening up.
I have heard a lot of improvement about Destiny 2. Again, there's not a lot that I know about all of the issues and stuff, but it's really great to hear that they got away from something that was making things worse for them. This game, so there are a lot of my friends. Very easy to assume. I have a lot of friends who are of LGBTQ+, and a lot of neurodivergent friends. Bungie has a bunch of supportive stuff for LGBTQ. Oh my god. Alphabet Mafia stuff. They have a bunch of really well-written characters and stuff. I think the last DLC that they did was Lightfall, and that one was more rushed, but it was during the time that they had that said bad CEO that was just terrible at managing it.
I mean,
And then-
they definitely have not, like, had a clean, clear track record yet. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard some rumors that, you know, as much as you say the whole, like, support for LGBTQ and, like, you know, the people on the neurodivergent spectrum, like,
yeah.
I did hear some stuff about how, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. I think it was something to do with, like, Black History Month, and they did something that was inherently really offensive. I don't remember what it was. But a lot of people were like, no, that you're not representing properly. Stop it.
I probably would like to look into that. No, just because I want to learn
It
about.
could.
Like,
It's either them
all
or
ups and
343. One of the two. I forget which one.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was 343. I would not be surprised. I'm sorry, but I would not be surprised. Oh, hello, mother.
Mother. Also, Echoify is here. Got a Red Bull ad before being able to watch, and it's almost 7:30 at night. I don't need energy drinks this late. According to Twitch, yes, you do. You know, that's actually funny enough. That's one of the reasons why I personally wouldn't be interested in trying to sell something like GamerSups or, you know, frickin' what was that? What's that one stuff? Gamer Vomit. I don't remember what that one drink is. I don't know. Basically, those like drink powders that are like filled with caffeine that you just like shove into a bottle and then shove down your throat. Somebody made an interesting point a while back, and that is like, you know, I'm not really interested in selling something like that, mostly because a lot of the people that end up watching stuff like Twitch, let's be real, a lot of people that are watching Twitch, they're not like athletes. You know, we're not dealing with people that are like going out and playing basketball for extended long periods of time, or like runners, or you know, anybody that's getting a lot of cardio in. No, a lot of people that watch Twitch are people that are just sitting down, eating some snacks at their computers. You know,
Or drawing.
or drawing. Oh yeah, that too. There's a lot of, well, in general, it's people that probably should not be taking in an excess amount of like caffeine and sugar and calories, which it's kind of what a lot of those drink supplements are. And to be a Twitch streamer and advertising stuff like that out to your audience, it's not exactly a really healthy thing to do.
As somebody who has a caffeine addiction, I don't think advertising a lot of caffeinated drinks is probably a great idea anyway. I have a very bad caffeine addiction. I can't drink coffee without passing out, but if I go a couple days without like a soda or something, it's very obvious I get very agitated very easily. Oh my god, I can't English today. Hush, Ada.
I'm trying to cut back, honestly. He says, having a Coke in his hand.
I haven't been trying to cut back. I'm kind of forced to due to financial problems. Don't worry about it. Anyways, but
if it's an expense that like you can go without,
I can go without it. Just makes me more tired and irritable.
Well, the good news is that
when I get
after being off it for a certain period of time, you know, your body's dependency on it like drains, and then suddenly, like, not only you're going to be feeling a little bit healthy over time, and like, you know, you will no longer need that as a requirement in your body. Like,
that is fair.
There's positives.
I think the only things that continues to drive my problem with caffeine is that there's a lot of things I need to get solved for myself, but you know, like supplements for lack of things, because neurodivergent go brr.
Yeah, I mean, I drink V8 because I just don't eat vegetables. There's a good example of something.
I like vegetables.
If not that, like, yeah, like you said, like vitamins and stuff.
As of recently, I've been taking apple cider vinegar gummies just because they taste nice and it's good for you, apparently.
Oh,
I don't know what they do.
My
mom was just like, "Here you go."
Apple cider vinegar, weird.
They have it's like a weird taste, but it's also a good taste. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird.
Whenever anybody has talked about apple cider vinegar, the first thing I immediately think is the acidity of it.
Yeah.
You know, like you pop one of those
Yeah.
in your mouth, and everything in your mouth goes.
It is. They are a little sour. I don't know if they have any sugar in the ones that my mother gets. I don't know the brand, and you don't want that. That's free advertisement. I'm not going to tell you the brand. Sorry.
Right. Echoify. I'm reading up on tornadoes of the past. I don't understand what the issue was with the Washington tornado. I think it was the Oh, wait. It was that FEMA wouldn't support Illinois for recovery after a touchdown. I couldn't tell you. He says, I think some guy also decided to risk his life for cats. Respect to that guy. Oh, good boy. Cat
Full
father.
respect.
Yeah, I mean, tornadoes are no joke, man. I know a lot of
I'm
people that are just
terrified
like,
of tornadoes.
you're like, oh, haha, you people in the Midwest, you don't have to deal with things like earthquakes or hurricanes. And you, like, oh, the worst you have to deal with is a blizzard. Oh, whatever, it's just extra cold. What? You guys are babies. What do you have to worry about? First of all,
I have
that cold is not a joke. Like,
as
it-
yeah,
as you
it's
were saying.
not. Sorry, I brain is a bit scattered here and there, so I apologize if I interrupt a couple times. I was gonna say
Oh, yeah.
my hometown was recently hit by 7 tornadoes, like a
Mhm.
couple weeks ago.
Yep.
It was like Jesus, jeez. I don't
That was
live
the
in
other
my
thing.
hometown, but
Mhm.
like, geez, I have a friend who still lives there, and he was just like, I survived not 1, not 2, 7 tornadoes. And it was a day
Seven
before his
tornadoes.
birthday.
Ah.
It was a day before his birthday. I was like, well, happy birthday!
Right. God, please tell me that none of those, like, in touched down on their house.
So there was a couple people who went missing. I don't know who. My mother told me that a couple people went missing. A couple houses got touched down, but for my friend, no. The entire town's storage, like there was 2 sheds that were ripped off, and some guy lost his daughter's ashes.
Oh.
I was
that
like,
sucks.
shit, dude.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
there was
no.
an entire town cleanup, and my friend was helping clean up stuff as well.
Like I said, like I was gonna say, like that was one of my next things I was gonna say. Like, not only is the cold no joke, tornadoes are not a joke either. If you
I
have
don't
not-
like me them tornadoes.
If
Them
you haven't
tornadoes
been
scare the
out
shit
in a
out of
place
me.
that has the sidewinders, yeah, you don't know how tough they can be. Like if that shit hits the ground, stuff is going to become like blendered.
Did you know tornadoes do more damages to like properties and stuff than what was it? I almost said blizzards. That's not what I'm talking about.
Hurricane?
Shit, hurricanes. Thank you.
Eh. See, I
Uh,
don't know. I haven't really looked up the statistics on that.
I had to because me and a friend who lives out in Florida had a discussion on what was worse, tornadoes or hurricanes. And tornadoes are apparently a lot stronger than most hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
They're a
used to
little bit
live
more calm.
nearby Tornado Valley. That scares me.
Tornadoes are a little bit more concentrated than a hurricane is. Like with a hurricane, if you're dealing with a level 2 or a level 3 hurricane, that's
Mhm.
pretty livable. I would say a tornado is probably at least up to a 4 or a 5 just by default. And it's not too dangerous unless it touches down. If it touches down,
Yeah.
then it's a major problem.
I don't know, man. Either way, tornadoes scare me. They've always been a childhood fear of mine. I've had weird nightmares with tornadoes. The second I hear one is even close to me, I'm like, hey, mom, can this house survive a tornado? I've lived in apartment complexes during tornadoes, and that was the most terrifying thing for my child brain. Like, oh god,
Yeah.
we're all gonna die.
I remember the last time that there was a tornado nearby where I was. I'm talking like actually like within sight range. I remember one thing that people don't talk about is the pressure differences within the air. And what's funny is that when there's a tornado nearby, you can tell because suddenly like doors have a harder time closing, even in places where there isn't any wind going through, simply because like the air is being pushed around so much within the area that like doors are just like, I don't know. It's kind of like it's like the entirety of the area around you is pressurized. And it's strange. It's a strange phenomenon, but like when that's happening, you get into the basement.
So, I got a horror story to tell you. Like this happened a lot growing up. when I was like itty bitty, a little tiny raccoon Munya. So the house that I grew up in as a child was a house that was inherited by like 4 generations of my. It's directly below a giant steep hill, and it was like it had gone through several renovations where half of the kitchen was just another extension because previously, like a couple generations ago, they used to have a chicken coop attached to the house, so they removed the chicken coop and then replaced it with something else. Point is, there had been at least a couple instances where a tornado was directly on our house. You know Wizard of Oz, Dorothy. I was in that situation, but our house wasn't pulled off the ground. The tornado was just on us. There was no space in our house that was safe because at the time, for a while, there was a window in our bathroom, and every other room in the house had a window in it. The only safe spot was our hallway, and the house was small. So we had to sit there with a mattress above our head, me and my sister, little itty bitty us, huddled up to each other, not knowing what's going on. You could look out the window and see debris flying everywhere.
I can see why you have a phobia.
Terrifying. Yeah, that happened a couple of times. And there was one time where I was living in a different location, a little bit further from my home house, where a tornado had done that. It was a 2-story house. However, I slept through it.
Oh, that's good news.
Terrifying news to wake up to. Honey, you survived the tornado. What?
Yeah, congratulations, you lived, huh?
Huh?
That's a freaking. That's terrifying.
It is very.
I've never.
Yeah.
So I've never had like a major direct confrontation with like a tornado. I think the scariest like weather-related thing that I've ever dealt with was one time I was on an airplane and we were on our way back to home state, and while we were on our way back, there was a storm system that was a brewing, and this was like late at night. I'm talking like 9 or 10 o'clock, and we were going to touch down at least around 10:30 to 11 o'clock. And then I would have to commute at least 2 hours from the airport back to where I live. So, imagine that. It's like 9:30, kind of getting tired because, it's right around the time where I would normally want to go to sleep. And I look outside the window because, like, all right, getting ready. We're going to land, and then we're going to, like, just get in the car that we left sitting in the parking garage, and then we're going to just go back home. And I look outside my window, and there's a massive storm system. Like, if you've never seen a storm system, like, up in the air, like, that's some scary stuff. What made it worse, though, is that it was a storm system that was like in the way of the airport that we were trying to land to, so we had to divert, and it took like an extra, I want to say a good extra 45 minutes to go around that storm system. All the while, it was again 9:30 p.m. dark, so the entirety of the plane is like, it's constantly like taking a turn motion and like constantly sort of rocking back and forth to like compensate for the amount of turn that it's currently doing. All the while, you're looking outside the plane and you can see the storm system. At least I was facing the storm system, and you can actively see all of the lightning that this thing is striking. Like, and that is crazy to look at because like a storm system is like really tall in the sky. That was like, that was the one thing that I feel actually made me the most like sick to my stomach, because I'm just like, I don't want to see this or be up in the air with this. Let me land.
I feel like the person sitting next to me, if I was in that situation, would have just seen me freaking the hell out, just crying right then and there, holding onto the seat for my life. Like, oh God! It's like, are you okay? No.
I think I decided, because I am an adventurous and entrepreneuristic jerk bag. I went and I actually grabbed my my camera and I pointed it right out the window and started recording.
Nick, I
I'm
get
just like,
footage.
if I'm gonna die, I'm at
If I'm
least going to
die,
get
it
footage
has
of
to-
this.
It has to go down in history.
Right. Our deaths will be legendary. You know, as long as we don't fall into the ocean.
The first time that I flew out to go visit Maple, on my flight back, not only did I get stuck at the airport for 7 hours because American Airlines is crap, especially out in Washington. Because that's the airport that I had to go to was like Washington.
Right.
So, and then just on my way back, I missed my flight because it was like a 2-stop flight or whatever. One stop, not 2-stop. 1-stop flight, got stuck in North Carolina and waited 7 hours. On my way back, I look outside, I see lightning, it's starting to rain a little bit, and I'm like, oh god, no, this can't be happening. And then 5 minutes later, we pass it, and I'm like, what a way to make sure I'm alive.
Yeah, right.
Life really wanted to make sure that I wasn't falling asleep.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was
Because it
kind of
like
one of those things.
10
Like,
p.m. by the time I was
I
getting
considered
home.
maybe taking a little nap on the flight when I was up in the air when my thing happened. You ain't sleeping while there's lightning and turbulence and terror happening outside.
It was scary. And then I passed out after having a panic attack.
That'll do it, yeah. O'Seely says, closest thing that I've experienced is a tornado being pretty close to our street. That's still pretty scary, yeah. And also Seely says, I don't know why, but I'm thinking of that gif of a plane flapping its wings like a bird. I like that.
Hey, Bit, have you ever heard of a dead man walking?
Where is this going?
So, nothing. I'm just asking if have you ever heard of a dead man walking tornado?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
It is when two tornadoes are kind of like moving close to each other, so it looks like a man walking.
Oh.
To me, it's like to me it's unnerving to look at. But apparently, not that long ago, one happened in an area not too far from where I live, and I was like, "Well, scary! Don't ever tell me this again."
That's terrifying. God.
Scary.
Sun God says, Mom and I were driving home from Walmart, and there was a storm so bad it looked like we were in a tornado. I'm talking hail, leaves flying around, heavy rain, to the point that we couldn't see. It was crazy. Yeah. I think I was out in similar... I mean, I've told this story before on the stream, how one time, when I was really young, I went out to go see Pokemon, the first movie in theaters. And the one thing I definitely regret from back then is that at that movie, they gave you a little holographic Mew card that like was in old hieroglyphic language, and it looked really freaking cool. And you got that for free for seeing the movie. I lost it.
Damn it.
And I don't know where it is, and I feel bad about that. But that's besides the point. But I remember before we actually left to go see that movie, I was looking outside. And I saw that, like, the sky was a particularly creepy shade of yellow. You know the one? The one that you look outside and you go, oh, that's not good. You know? And I was thinking about maybe saying something, because I was just... And I was even saying that to my brother, just like, you think we should, like, talk about this? You think we should do something? And my brother, being the wise older brother that he was, went, no, shut up, shut up! We're not going to have an opportunity to go see a movie. Like, we don't get that very often. This might be our only chance.
I would have done something like that.
We need to go see the movie. We want to go see Pokemon the first movie. And so, yeah, we ended up just going and seeing the movie. And then we left the movie theater, and it was, like, kind of nasty, but it was okay. And then we start driving, and we're driving our way back to our childhood house. And we are, like, driving into nasty shit. And it was very similar to what Sun God was saying. It was sheets of rain, a lot of leaves and crap that was just flying around everywhere. You could barely see the road, and it was almost useless to use the headlights at that point. Because, like, it was just being absolutely covered up by all of the raindrops that were falling. You could barely see the road. And so, finally, we did manage to get back to the house, and like, we didn't have a garage or anything, so we had to like just get out of the car and book it from the garage all the way back to the house, and we
There's
were
just
all
hail
absolutely
casually falling on you guys.
right. I don't know if it was hail, but it was definitely a lot of rain. Like, we got back
Oh,
into the
boy.
house, and we were only outside for about maybe 5 seconds, and we were all drenched. And then we got in there, and then we looked back, or my mom looked back. I don't think I saw it. My mom looked back, and she very clearly saw a tornado. And so she's just like, kids, get inside, get inside. Everybody get inside the house. And then just
She
shut
looked
the door, shut
death
the door.
in the eyes.
So like that was kind of my scariest point of I think that was one of the closest and scariest points I had been to like being tornado food essentially. Echo says like a year ago we had a derecho? Derecho? What's that?
I can't see the chat, so I can't read it for you.
It was raining like all hell. There was tennis ball. Maybe did you mean tornado or what is that? Tennis ball sized hail, really high winds, and very slight flooding. Oh, flooding! Jesus, I think I dealt with a flood. Oh, it's a land hurricane. Oh, I didn't know
Those
That's
are
weird.
that's a thing.
that. I didn't know. Yeah, I
New
don't think
fear
it was
unlocked.
a- right, those can exist. Shit.
Those kids. Part of the fear of tornadoes, I have a fear of the idea of a hurricane. Now I have a new fear. Thank you.
Right, those can sneak up on you.
Those are a
God
thing.
damn it.
Wherever I'm living, there's going to be so many hills to avoid tornadoes and hurricanes and all this stuff. No, thank you. Goodbye.
Right. This is like the more land, the more stuff that can, break the wind and keep it from happening. Worse storms that
Exactly.
can rip trees from the ground. Scary. No.
Oh. Oh.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. I used to live in a heavily wooded area. That's terrifying. There was
Oh,
like
God,
a tree
right.
that was directly above my house and everything. There was been multiple times where somebody in the family was terrified it was going to fall on us. And there had been a couple times where we thought that was going to happen.
Oh,
Not fun.
God. That does
Ugh.
remind me. I've had to sit through a few hurricanes because I live in Florida, says Healy. Ah. Freezing rain? No. That causes road incidents. Happened once 3 years ago across a huge area of Iowa, ? I don't remember, but I was in it. Weird. Also, Florian is here. Hello? Now,
Hello.
God, that tree story actually did remind me of something. Childhood house. I remember there was like this big old tree that was like right outside the house. It's kind of like a big old cherry apple tree, and it was nice. We had it for many years, and then one day we were all in the house like in the middle of the night, and there was a really nasty storm going on, and suddenly we hear like the loudest goddamn like lightning crack we have ever heard. And like a lot of just noise and crap outside. It was so dark and so rainy, we couldn't see or even like do anything about it. But the following morning, we all decided to go out to inspect things and see like what the damages were. Turns out, we went over to that tree, and that tree had fallen over.
Oh.
And we were just like, oh my God, did the wind seriously kick up that much? Jesus. But then we looked at a little bit closer, and we noticed that the center of the tree was absolutely charred to hell. So
Got hit
that
with
means
lightning?
it was hit with lightning.
Jeez.
We're like, oh, that was close to the house. Fuck.
You just reminded me of another story. Now at this point we're just telling each other stories. Anyways,
I mean, stories are fun.
stories are fun. When I was about like 11 or 12 years old, around probably less than that. I don't know. My childhood like years like timeline stuff. Nah, everything's fuzzy. Anyways, but we were living with my biological father. So because at the time we didn't really have a house. We kind of just going from house to house. But we were living with my biological father. He lived in a trailer. And there was a storm happening where all the kids slept, because it was like me, my sister, my other sister, and my baby brother. We would all share a room, and there was a bunk bed. My sister Tie-Dye, thinking of names, because Ty has a username and I have a whatever. My sister Tie-Dye sleeps on the bottom bunk. My other sister sleeps up on the top bunk. I'm sleeping on the floor that directly in front of the window, and my baby brother is sleeping in a little race car bed next to me. I hear that it's storming outside, and obviously PTSD from tornadoes kick in. I'm sitting there terrified, clutching my pillows, my blankets, ready to wet the bed. And the whole house rumbles. A flash of light happens, and I get curious, because I'm like, did we get hit? I look outside, and just in front of the window is a little charred spot.
Oh.
My head was resting against the wall when that happened.
Oh.
No, thank you. Zeus didn't like me that day. He said, fuck you in particular.
He's just like, I could kill you at any minute. Let me just remind you.
Here's a reminder, child.
I think I've told this story before. My mom got struck by lightning.
Oh, jeez.
Not directly, I'll say.
Okay.
I think she was outside, and I guess she was like standing in like liquid or something during a thunderstorm. Oh boy, people really did not give a shit back then. And then I guess like something got hit with lightning nearby where she was, something that was metal, made contact with the ground was wet. She ended up getting hit by that. But luckily, like, I don't remember exactly whether or not she had any major like medical complications with that. I do know that her dad was like, a doctor. So in the event that like anything was serious, I'm sure that he probably could have done something to like, resuscitate her, or done something at least. But that was kind of funny to find out, because like I only just recently found out about that like 5 years ago. She told me that story, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry, what? You're telling me like my mom couldn't have existed, and therefore I wouldn't have existed? That's scary. Please no.
Man, there are some people out there all the gods just want dead for no reason.
I wouldn't say I know anybody specifically like that. I've heard of a lot of people that have had like close calls.
But I'm telling you, you do know. You know at least one person, and that's my girlfriend.
Actually, no, you're right. Mapley needs to be put into like a hyperbaric box.
One of her birthdays, I believe, resulted in her getting either sick or going into the hospital.
She was in intensive care. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she told me about like the complications at birth and having scoliosis, and I'm like, huh?
Right? It's just like, okay, so your spine is iffy, like, you've got like, I'm trying to remember a couple of things, like spine is iffy, allergies, you now have like freaking diabetes, like.
She had a heart murmur as a baby.
Right? Can you make up your mind? Can you
like,
pick
God
one?
Damn.
Can you pick one like life-altering complication and like stick with it? Make a decision, man. I guess that is very true.
I don't know what she did. But somebody wants her dead.
I don't know, but she is adorable.
That's why I turned into a witch.
She will be fought for.
Nothing can touch her. Ooh, magic.
Stretching.
Stretch.
Right. Anybody who's currently watching the stream, have you guys done any sort of stretching recently? If you haven't, you should.
I probably should. I've been sitting crisscross on the floor this whole time.
Right. Also, shrimp check.
Hey, fuck you.
I'm just saying. If anybody's shrimping on the chair, hey, now's your time to stop. Get up, stretch. Stretch
I
them
sat
legs.
back down. Here we go.
Celie says, one time I went to Target. I don't know if that's like a Florida thing or something. Oh no, Target's everywhere. What are you
Target's
talking
pretty
about?
much all over the U.S.
As we were walking in, we heard a super loud thunder ran inside. Good move. Like, yeah, Target would definitely take that lightning struck pretty handily. I've been in several of the department stores during rainstorms, and that's fun. Because you can just hear all the rain just like smacking the top of like the metal roof of places like that. Like I've been to like a Menards, you know, basically sort of you know, like I'm trying to. It's not Home Depot. It's like I think it's like Midwestern Home Depot. I don't know if Menards is a thing that's in a lot of places. But anyway, no, those places have got like the tin roof, and that is like crazy concussive. Just be sitting in there and hearing the rainfall.
Now that makes me wonder what my grandfather was hearing when he used to live in a house that. So my grandfather is a veteran. When he retired, he was part of some sort of program or whatever where he would host little meetings for other veterans at this house. And this house was made up of a material that blocked cellular. Oh my god, I can't say this word. Cellular.
Yeah. Like,
I
mean,
can't-
if
I
you
can't
make
say
a big
that
enough
word in
cellular data, if you have a big enough building that is made of that much metal, like anything, like nothing is going to escape it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. But now I can only imagine what the storm sounded like for him. I wonder how he could have slept. I remember spending the night over for Christmas one time when I was little, but that's as far as it went. And it was a pretty big house. Like, it was long, but like the roof was so high up.
That's crazy. I don't know. I kind of like vaulted ceilings just because it makes you feel less like locked in. But I don't know if I would want like a 3-story ceiling.
Ooh.
That just feels like that would be uncanny and weird.
You know what? You just reminded me of how big the ceiling at the mental hospital that I was at one point was. They were way too big for one room. Like, this is a room for 2 people? What the fuck?
I
You
mean,
can fit 3-story bunk beds in here.
I don't know. I feel like
What the fuck?
maybe you would need a heck of a lot of room at a mental hospital.
Well, yeah, but not that much room. What are like? What?
It depends on the patient, man. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna be too
Like an 8-foot
judgmental
tall
on that.
man could fit in there, and there'd still be room.
Well, I'm just trying to think of like circumstances. Like,
Yeah,
'Cause-
I've seen how other hospitals have their room stuff, but this one has got to be a lot bigger. It felt like a 2-story house kind of size. That's how
Celia-
big it was.
Celia is saying, "Why is Snab on your head? Why isn't Snab on your head?"
I want a snab on my head.
All right. Oh, before I
You might
forget,
pass out.
have you seen the new point rewards?
For what?
The new point rewards
For Twitch?
for my account?
You have point rewards?
Yeah. Case in
I'm
point.
I'm opening up Twitch.
Yeah, you could literally just pull up my stream and like they're probably going to be going off.
Hopefully this doesn't. Oh, did you get the? You got tits, didn't you?
I mean, you know,
not those
not
tits.
physically. I don't know. Dang. I know what you mean. Don't worry about it.
Ah, I got an ad.
Ah, shoot. Hopefully it's a fun one.
It's one about mac and cheese.
It could be worse.
No, not mac and cheese. It's about a burger.
It could be worse. Again, it could be about energy drinks. Yippee!
Now I'm
Jump
hungry.
scare.
I want a burger now.
Oh, you know, just occurred to me. I could probably like activate my own alerts.
Hell yeah. Hold on, I had to turn it down because everything was like echoing on my end.
There we go. Here, let me
Is
just
that
click
really
this.
what I sound like? Ugh.
Yippee! Yeah, I got a whole bunch of these funny little buttons, and they do things now. Let's see. Let me redeem this one. Ow.
Bit.
Yeah?
I have 7K points.
Oh, dear. Well, you can get away with a lot of murder, then. Yay! Ow. Bah. Okay, the abuse begins. Bleh. No! Ah, pie! Ah. What? I'm in trouble! Ah. Hey, save some for when I add new stuff. Big.
Okay.
I'm fine. I was gonna press that one, actually. Here. Oh, also, just to tease all of you guys. Haha, Snap is gone. What are you gonna do about it? Huh? Nothing. Nothing.
I'll do something about it.
He's taking a break. He has gone off to get cigarettes and will never come back.
Hey, just like my dad.
Yeah, except it was milk. Let's see. I got a couple ideas for a few things that I want to add as, funny little buttons. Yeah, I'm going to throw another thing at me. I don't know what this is going to do. Ah, okay, sparklies. Fun.
Ew, there's ads right below the video now.
Are there? Oh. Am I making money
Like,
off those?
right below you. I don't know. I can't.
I better be getting some revenue for that.
It's a freaking Amazon
Frickin'
Prime ad.
Twitch. There's already enough, like, people complaining about the fact that they upped the prices on subscriptions recently. You know, right around the time when the economy is just being so nice.
Oh, how lovely.
Oh, and also, people pointed out that, like, maybe this is just, a quarterly earnings thing, possibly, but, like, a lot of companies suddenly out of nowhere decided to up their prices on everything subscription-based. I think there's at least 3 I can think of that upped, like, subscriptions. So Twitch was one of them. I think one of the other streaming services did the exact same thing on the exact same day. And everyone was just like, what is going on? Why is everything... And I'm assuming this is probably just a case of, like, they're trying to come up with a way of raising their earnings, like, in a significant way. If everybody has the exact same idea all at the exact same time, one of 2 things happen. 1, conspiracy. 2, all of them are like perpetually Wall Street brained. And this is probably a decision that was made because of Wall Street.
Here's
That's
the
my thing.
conspiracy theory. All CEOs are part of a hive mind.
Oh yeah, so all of them have the exact same ideas at the exact same
Yep.
time, and yeah, they're all just trying to milk us all dry.
Every time that you see another CEO arguing with another CEO, that's just because they're part of 2 different hive minds.
We are the Borg. No, we are the Borg. No, we are the Borg. There we go.
By the way, the ad went away right as we were talking about it.
Of course.
It heard us. It was like,
It
oh,
heard.
shit, I got caught.
Yeah, it was just like, oh god, scatter. Escape.
Scatter.
But no, I moved over to a different VTuber software, so these effects are actually built into this software, which is very nice.
Yeah.
And I got a couple of other things that I could possibly do with it, but I gotta program it. Which it's not too hard. It's very sort of basic node graph programming. What is monitor? Oh, okay. I think monitor. So this is if anybody is currently looking at this, this is just showing the raw data of all of the blend shapes that are currently going on my model. So yeah, like mouth, wow. That's neat looking. And some of these are like not programmed in at all. Like for example, like all the basic blend shapes, they don't exist because I have, you know, I don't need them.
I see in the chat, and they were fake? Of course they were fake.
Of course they were fake. There's props, plug. I wonder what the plugins are. I'm sure there's probably like other stuff that you can add to this program. All I know is that this program is like actively being updated, which is a lot better than VC Face, which hasn't been updated, I think, since like early 2013.
Oh boy.
So,
I did not know that. I've not gotten into like the VTubing space. I think as far as VTubing went for me was PNG tuber stuff because I don't have the money for a VTuber model and I'm not making one. No, thank you.
It's involved. It's very involved. Whenever I think about the idea of making a new version of this model, I sort of like cave in on myself. Ooh, hold on a second. Somebody is currently a knocking, so I'm going to go to the BRB screen, and I will be right back. I come back and I see a whole bunch of like emotes falling on my avatar. Yeah, that's another fun thing. There's like emote rain kind of thing that can be done. Here, let me go.
I was so tempted to just spam the emotes, but I also didn't want to spam your chat.
Let me just post this in here. There we go. Snap rain!
If I was on my computer, it would have been... Unless it's just my phone being a dick.
Yeah, maybe. Here, my... Oh, did I not... I didn't plug in my, my handset properly here. Give me a second. That's why it was so, like, slack and weird.
So angry.
Let me re-plug this. Hands! There we go. We haven't dropped too... Like, we literally only dropped 30 frames earlier, and that's it. Ooh, look at all the cats.
Here we go. Now I can spam it properly without
Amazing.
actually spamming your chat.
Cats!
Hey!
Okay. Let me see. I'm wondering if there's anything else that I gotta bring up here during the stream. Because I don't think I got much else. I've already... earlier I talked about, you know, I got that YouTube Premiere set up for the video. So, you know, I hope you guys enjoy. I did a lot of work and a lot of, like, crazy experimental new stuff with my effects that I have never done before.
I have to check that out at some point.
Well, it's not out yet. So, you know, you're gonna have
Oh!
to... Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's coming out this Saturday.
Well, then I will remind myself for Saturday. I've been a little busy, so I apologize for not being so active.
No, it's fine. Everybody is busy and doing a whole bunch of other things. I should
I've
know.
been busy at
This
Dead
project that should have been coming out like February or March is now coming out in June. You know, that should tell you
My
something.
birth month. Yippee! Happy birthday to me. My birthday was a couple days ago.
Yeah, happy birthday again. Also, Akumu is here. A little late to join in the stream. Hey, that's fine. I will repeat this until, you know, it sticks. But nobody is ever late to one of my streams. I'm just happy you're here. How much did I miss? Not much. I went to go answer the door. and then I left.
Tornadoes and a raccoon accidentally making a skit about an actual problem that Fit is experiencing with his dad.
I mean, I'm not having the problem with my dad. My dad's having a problem with the raccoons.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry, English.
Right. It's a hell of a thing.
English, not work.
Locking up my chickens so no cats or dogs would kill them. Good move. Yeah, you don't want the cats to be in danger. Oh no, wait, chicken.
Chicken.
The other way around. Oh, yeah, you were also drawing. You were mentioning that.
I should be drawing, but I'm playing Destiny 2.
I'll do whatever you like get entertainment from. I wonder, was there any like Ars Technica? Ow! Thank you. Frickin' ducks. Anyway, were there any good Ars Technica articles that I saw that like yippee?
Ooh, bit. I have a suggestion that you could do as like a redeemable thing. Making like a low quality version of your model, like it's just a picture. So you could redeem it
Just
for like,
turning
a short
myself
period
into
of
like a
time.
2D. It's like a shitty 2D thing. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that could be done.
I've seen a couple people do it, and it's kind of funny. Like where they'll redeem for a short period of time, either like changing the model that they're using, or just being like a really funny, crappy model that they've got.
You know,
Some
there's
people have
probably
like make themselves bald and stuff. It's really funny.
there actually probably is a toggle for that. I do have the cursed bit model.
Oh no.
I could always like, you know, cursed bit has arrived. And that'd be kind of funny. Again, either that or I can bring in like a really shitty drawn 2D PNG tuber. I think that'd be fun.
I have a PNG software, or like a PNG tuber software. I will make it. I'm kidding.
Yay.
It's just like a scribble with like a ball scribble with a stick figure.
I did draw a thing recently. What did I put that on the desktop here? What happens if I minimize everything? Surprisingly, it's fine. Cool. The window capture still works. That's good to know. Here, I showed this previously on an episode of Debit Streams. There we go. I made this.
Oh my god! It's a goober!
I know. He's a goober. Now get him go.
He's dancing!
Right, it's like tip 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 tip. Right. Yeah, you'll be seeing that in the next video that I am making here.
Heck yeah.
Get rid of that. So this, what is this? Oh, I actually have another one over here.
Another goober?
We're being attacked by the goobers.
They're
That's
multiplying.
amazing. Actually, man, you know, that's one thing I haven't drawn. I haven't drawn, like, you know, on TikTok, there's the goober. I haven't drawn a bit
The
goober.
goober. There's a goober.
Right. I am going to teach you how to draw the goober. I feel like a bit is definitely, like, prime goober material for sure.
As somebody who's drawn like a goober version of my own soda like multiple times, I can confirm you are goober material.
I agree. I'm
Of
gonna
course
show
you're
my
goober
progress for
material.
right
My
now.
girlfriend designed your character,
Yep. I mean,
and
she
the
has
goober
literally
king.
drawn bit goobers. I've seen them. It's just a tiny thing. It's a tiny little guy.
Tiny little
scrolling through-
goober.
I'm scrolling through tech news, and I'm trying to see if there's anything entertaining or, like, interesting. Most of it is just, like, things that make me sad.
Almost all of the stuff that I have learned that happened recently is stuff that's either infuriating or stuff that you probably don't want to bring up onto this stream. Not because of other reasons, but because it's about people being awful.
No, it's fair.
And then people
Yeah.
forgiving these awful people for dumb reasons.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Wow.
Oh god, I've seen so many stories talking about you know those AI pins.
Mm-hmm.
God, I've seen so many reports of those things. Chatty says they saw a raccoon. An IRL one? For real?
One of my cousins.
Ooh.
Oh my
Very
god.
nice. Don't get too close. You don't know
Yeah,
where they've
they're
been.
all biters.
Yeah. Well, okay, not all of them, but there's enough of them that you should probably like err on the side of caution. Just posted the progress. You can see it in the Discord. Okie dokie. Let me see it.
Let me take a look at that.
Oh, it's bit but hexagon. I like that. That's cool. Okay, now I'm just thinking about like, you know, bit except he's doing that Jack Black octagon meme. I think that'd be good. Although that's an old ass meme. Also, what is gyozas?
So what? What is what?
Akumu says, Ra, I got gyozas. What's gyozas? You don't know gyoza? No! No, maybe I do. Hold on a second. Is a food? I don't know if I've ever had it then. Let me check it real quick. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I... Okay, so this looks very familiar. I don't think I've ever had it, but what's funny is that I looked this up and it says gyoza versus dumpling. Yeah. These things look very dumplingish. I could go for some. Good God.
I want to try some.
Dollar's
I
good.
would like some.
Share. Share. Gimme.
I ate a half of the French fries, but I want some.
Ew. Oh, and there's even one article that says Japanese gyoza, and then in parentheses, dumplings. Okay. So it's basically a fancy dumpling. Understood. I get it. Anyway. Oh, man. No, I'm loving all the articles that are just clowning on these freaking AI pins. They're stupid.
My brain's
Like-
still stuck on the dumpling thing. Sorry, I was about to say the only dumpling I've had was Thai food dumpling.
Oh, okay.
They're
I
good.
have had good old American dumplings.
We have dumplings, like America's got dumplings. We've got
Somewhat.
dumplings.
Except they're a little bit crappier. And they're
Yeah,
not as
fair.
chock filled with stuff.
Sorry if you heard popping. I have a pop-it and they put it away so that way I'm not being annoying.
What?
A pop-it. It's one of those dim toys where you
Oh.
they're made out of silicone. They got
Before
these
you
little
came in
bumps.
here, I was talking about this. First of all, are you aware that I have a 3D printer now?
Yes, I've seen you 3D prints and stuff, including the jig fancy
Yes.
doing, which I'm jealous. How dare you?
Now, thank you. Now, are you aware of the fact that that there are many 3D printable fidget toys?
Yes, I am aware.
I have been made aware of this, so much so that I've made some, and now I just have a
Hell
bunch of them
yes.
sitting on my desk. Like I've got this thing. It's like a fidget spinner, except it works with gears, and like it does the spin. You can kind of see it all kind of spinning in my hand.
That's cool as fuck.
It's fun. Sharing is caring bit. I can't take the fidget toy and pass it to the screen.
You can try. I don't know how far they'll get you.
I'm gonna break my monitor.
I have a couple of fidget toys. I've got this big old pop-it hexagon thing that I got from my friend Suki when I was visiting over where Maple lives, because they don't live too far from each other. And I've got, I don't know what brand they are, but you can kind of put them together with other fidget toys. I got ones that's like a bunch of switches, and another one that's like a bunch of keys, like from a keyboard.
Oh yeah, those things.
I like the keys. I'm not a huge fan of the switches, but I want to try out more fidget toys. I do also have a big old blue stress ball that fits so well in my my Pokemon ball.
Nice. I know there's a bunch of fidget toys that like they take advantage of mechanical keyboard keys that you can buy. All you have to do is just print the outer portion of it. So basically, you print the bottom part and then you print the key part, and then you fit them together using the mechanical key, and bam, you got yourself like a little mobile fidget like keyboard key that you can just press.
Hell
whenever.
yeah!
That's kind of neat. But I don't really have any spare of those sitting around. So I have this. I talked about this a little bit earlier, but it's like this. It's a little gear with what's a good way to say it? It's a gear inside of a little box, and inside the little box is kind of like a little spring mechanism that rubs on the like the gears, and it makes a satisfying little click noise when you spin it. So you know, I don't know if this is getting through the Discord call, but
I can hear it.
good.
ASMR.
It's nice, but also it can be kind of annoying because it can be very loud if you want it to be. I've missed the chance to ask about it. Are we going to do Undertale Yellow anytime soon? You know, I don't really know. Like, my problems with my internet just seem so random. Some days it's fine, other days it's not. And that's... Ow. Thank you. Scoot just threw a duck at me. It's hard to say. I really don't want to try and do an Undertale stream if it means that I'm going to run into technical problems. And, you know, I kind of would prefer to be doing stuff that's a little bit more low-key at the moment, if I can help it. Stuff that I don't have to worry about, you know, feeling really terrible about, like, stopping the stream, doing technical support, trying to work it out, and that kind of thing, and, like, canceling the stream mid-thing. Makes me sad. VTuber, huh? No, you're in the wrong chat. You should go and see somebody else. Yeah, no. Definitely not. You got the wrong address.
VTuber, where? I don't see anything.
Here.
Where? Where?
Huh? Woo. What? Let's see, what other things are going down here on the good old interwebs? But you have an avatar? Nah, it's just a mirage.
You're hallucinating. Drink water.
Actually, God, that reminds me so much of this one thing that I saw. It was an interview with Kermit the Frog, and he was talking to somebody, and he was just like, you know, people always ask me, what's the difference between a Muppet and a puppet? And the difference is, a puppet is something that you control, you know, you, like, take control and move and manipulate to make it look like that it's moving, it has life, and it, you know, and you speak through the puppet. Whereas a Muppet, especially with me, I am an actual talking frog. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said something like that, and I'm like, you know what? He said it with so much conviction, I believe him.
Yeah.
It's like, yep.
That reminds me of an interview. I don't know. It was a long time ago. I don't know all of the names of the people involved. All I know is that Rolf was there, and it's just like, so, Rolf, and he's like, hey, son of a bitch.
What?
It was probably one of the older ones. I don't know names of people. I don't recognize faces. So it was just a clip of an old interview that I remember. He was on like television and stuff. It was really funny.
Okay. Actually, funny enough. No, we're talking about like, you know, avatars and VTubers and stuff like that. And related to Kermit the Frog, I actually remember I saw a video. It was of Jim Henson, and he was using like a really advanced puppeteer puppet, except it was like it was actually using a 3D model, except he was using like, a whole bunch of like clamps and things to move the model around on the screen, which is funny because it's more or less kind of what VTubing is nowadays, except VTubing technology has become a lot more robust. Whereas he was using a whole bunch of really weird pulleys and strange things to like move the puppet around. But, it's weird to think that Jim Henson was the very first VTuber.
If you think about it, I was gonna make a joke, but I don't know how well perceived that joke was going to be about the first furry.
Oh.
About the Easter Bunny being Jesus's persona.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see where you're going. See, I would have made a joke about Mickey Mouse.
People be upset about furries when they go to Disneyland.
Yeah, and then they go to Disneyland. Frickin'. Posers, a lot of them.
They'll go to Disneyland, and they'll also go to a football game where their mascot is a big old bird or a bull or something.
Right. It's just like,
Come on.
pick a side. God. Double standard. Bastards. I don't know. You said that, and the first thing I think is Gritty. And Gritty is in my nightmares.
Who?
Ah,
I live under a rock, I'm sorry.
pie!
Hi! It's
Thank
just
you.
stuck to your face.
Amazing.
What flavor of pie was that?
It was cherry. Not a fan of cherries. So, this is my worst day ever. Pie into face, noms. I mean, hey, it's there. Might as well. Shell says, honestly, I've never tasted pie. What? Not even like pumpkin? Or like, there's got to be some kind of pie. But what? Or have you just like looked at the idea of pie and just went, I don't want it.
Sorry, I had to look at my fingers because I was holding up a number of fingers just to count how many like flavors of pie I like. The only 2 flavors of pie I like is chocolate, pumpkin. I'm not a huge fan of like cooked fruit.
Dog, I was literally talking about that earlier tonight.
I'm psychic.
I said that I've got like a horrible eating palate, and the only pie that I really like is the pureed mess of like pumpkin pie and French silk.
What? Repeat that last one.
French silk is just chocolate pie.
Give me. I want it. Give me. Now.
No, it's mine.
I demand it.
Mine.
No, mine.
Have you seen the small doodles of pie in your face? Yeah, I think so. I saw a couple of them over in the art channel. And yes, they are freaking funny. Yep, I saw the ones that you made, Akumo. Yay. I'm happy that that's like people are receptive to the pie to the face thing.
I forgot there was I was like, where are you? Where are these people that are talking that I can't see their comments? I'm like, oh yeah, he's streaming from 2 different places.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The embargo has been lifted. I can now stream everywhere.
See, I'm
I'm
on
free.
my phone currently, so I couldn't see that.
Yeah. Had trouble deciding, so I literally had to make 3. I see that. And it's nice. Thank you. Sobbing. Yeah, for those of you that are over on the YouTube chat, now, I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, but, if you join the team over on the Twitch chat, you get access to all these fun little tools as well. So
Like
now
this.
then you can go and throw things at my face. Ah! Bulba in my eye.
I'm gonna have way too much fun with that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Everyone has. Here, let me chuck one too. Why not? Meep. There. I don't know which one of those was mine. I'm throwing another one.
There was a duck.
Bleh. I don't like the fact that the boba farts. Why?
I couldn't tell. I have the volume on the stream so low, so I don't have to hear voices like overlapping and stuff.
You're telling me. I think I've talked about this on a couple of occasions on the stream, but I have headphones that are monitoring everything that's going on in the stream, including my voice. I'm hearing my voice.
Oh, that's
constantly.
a nightmare for me. There was a reason why I didn't like using a certain function on things like what was it, voice mod, where it would echo back what your mic sounded like. The second I hear myself talking at the same time I'm talking, I instinctively shut up.
Yeah. I mean, imagine I basically have sort of a vocal jammer sitting in my ears at all time.
Oh boy.
Not like it's one-to-one enough that I don't really have to worry about it. But like, if there was even just a little bit more millisecond of delay, my head would be in a spin.
I cannot listen to my voice talking at the same time that I'm talking, or anybody talking at the same time that I'm talking, because I will shut up. I just because I lose track of everything I'm talking when somebody starts talking.
Oh, yeah. I think I mean, for me, I kind of need to get used to the idea of hearing my voice, because if I'm going to be doing voice acting related stuff, that's kind of an important factor.
I'm slowly getting used to it. I've been doing an occasional personal dub with a friend or two where we'll voice act dumb stuff with our characters. Like, you've never seen the skits that me and my friends do with our characters. There are, like, the whole, like, you know about the video game thing that I'm working on. All Maple, Scraps, and I and a bunch of friends will also get together and voice act our characters in those moments. The amount of dumb shit that came out my mouth. While also doing a crappy British accent, because one of the characters I have has an English accent.
I mean, that's the best way to practice, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's crappy, eventually, if you work hard enough at it, you could maybe lift it up to being decent.
I think we have an actual dub of a comic that I created. But it's the only actual voice that we have is me. Because the other one was Sony doing something with like the TikTok filters before everything was just like before everything started getting out of hand. Where at the time we didn't think it was too crazy because it was the TikTok filters, but now it's just like ugh.
What do you mean out of hand?
The voice filters, the AI voice filters.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Were when they were first made, the whole like using AI voices it wasn't like AI voices, but they definitely were voices of people that was going over somebody else's voice, like voice mod.
Oh, yeah, right. I stopped using voice mod a while ago because they really seem to be going that direction with their software. Like the whole, you're literally just taking somebody else's voice and shellacking it over yours. Like, it's not a filter. It's not you being creative with it. It's just I'm stealing this person's like accent and voice and personality. Like I don't know. Even if they like ethically got their voices from like people that have consented, that's just not. I don't know. That doesn't appeal to me. I don't like that idea.
I don't know anything too much about the TikTok ones. I don't even know if they're still available. They probably still are. I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen people use them, or the text-to-speech versions at least.
Oh, the text-to-speech ones are absolutely still there. I know that one gal who is like really famous on TikTok for that voice. She's on TikTok and she riffs and makes fun of that all the time, that she's the TikTok voice. And you don't go on her. Like, you go, girl. Get yourself a bag. It's like, yes, I am the TikTok girl.
I wish I could do a robot voice. I hear people doing like a lot of people being able to do a robot voice. When I try to do it, I sound weird.
I
Because
think
there's a
it's,
character that I have that is like their voice claim is GLaDOS. Because it's fun. The funnier thing is their name is Gladys.
Gladys.
Uh,
Smooth.
so I'm so creative.
Mhm.
I've given them that name before I found out what
I'm not gonna
Portal
make
was. I
too
didn't
many
grow up
jokes
with all
because,
those
like,
games.
there's. I mean, we are literally in an age where we had a developer that just recently made like Bloodborne cart, and then they wanted to release it fully onto like store shelves, so they reworked everything and changed the name of it to Nightmare Cart and reworked the costume so that they looked a little bit different. But it's all derivative to Bloodborne.
Nice.
You know, like we live in that age. There's nothing wrong with being derivative, especially if you're like throwing in something creative at the end of the day.
Absolutely. A lot of the there was an entire stream where you just straight up asked me questions about it, and I kind of wish I was a bit more coherent on my words, besides just rambling about tad bits during that whole thing. But a lot of the stuff that inspired the game that I'm making, like you can tell what inspired it based on like just tad bits of information that's in there. There's a couple characters that are based off of a certain show that you and I know, like not a show, but you know, YouTube series.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Understood.
I
Ever wonder
think
why we're
one
here?
of the. Ever wonder why we're here?
I love how it always
Um,
comes back to that question, even if it makes no sense.
Absolutely.
Because they're just like, he said the thing.
He said the thing. He said the thing.
Anyone wonder
Look.
why we're here?
Besides, like I got most of my inspiration from, or at least the starting inspiration was games like Mad Father, Crooked Man, did like the whole thing that inspired me to do like a pixelated TV style for most of it.
Mhm.
And then pieces of media that inspired things like that inspired a lot of the story, like Stargate Atlantis, which I'm actually speaking of Stargate Atlantis, I'm gonna be starting SG-1 soon. Yippee!
Oh, yeah?
I don't know how many people know about that show, but I'm checking it out.
I
Like,
have not watched a lot of. Actually, I really haven't watched any Stargate, straight up. I
Well,
know of
fair.
it, and I don't know much about it. I know there is a Stargate. Ta-da!
Yeah. So, movie explanation. The pyramids weren't made by humans; they were made by aliens. That's what I remember
Okay,
from
I
the
see.
movie. Think the Atlantis 2D animated movie, but instead of it being underwater, they go to a desert planet by accident and then fight Ra himself.
Oh, great.
Fun.
That's insane.
I don't know too much about SG-1 because Stargate Atlantis goes into the lore about who made the Stargate portals, and then you come across this species called the Wraith, which actually heavily inspired the species I've got called the Striken. And the Wraith essentially suck the life out of you with their hands.
Oh, that's cool.
They're like evolutions of a bug called the Aratus bug. And I like it. I understand why a lot of people wouldn't like it because it's basically oh no after every oh no. Oh no, we're fucked. Oh no.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh god. Right. Well, actually, oh man, that reminds me of there's a space campaign that I remember we did, a bunch of my friends, and I remember that space campaign was heavily based off of the Warhammer 40k. Actually, was it? No, it wasn't Warhammer 40k. It was StarCraft. It was massively based on StarCraft. To a point where, like, you know, there were space marines and there was like, I forget what the alien species is in StarCraft, but there was basically that species in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Chatty says, my girlfriend is amazing. I just want to shout it anywhere. Well, awesome. That's good to hear. Take good care of yourselves. I love how I go over to my Twitter and like the top thing that's currently trending for me is Banjo. Yeah, that's about right. Correct. That is definitely the thing I'm interested in and the thing that people are pissed about.
I'm sorry, I looked at your chat and somebody's screaming about how their girlfriend is amazing.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
that is sweet. He's adorable.
There are other pieces of stuff that probably inspired, but none of it comes to mind. While I'm playing Destiny 2, though, I realized how similar the stories are together. I'm like, what? I've been in the making with this game for 9 years. Not 9 years, 10 years at this.
I mean, there is
And I'm like,
nothing.
oh no.
There is no, like, truly
There's no such thing as
unique.
true originality.
There's
I'm
no
aware.
original or
It's just like,
unique
oh,
ideas
no.
anymore. It's just a matter of, like, how will you present it? And now, if you plan to present it one-to-one exactly the way that somebody else did it, no, that's
Yeah.
piracy. Actually, no, that's
For
it's
real.
not piracy. It's
The
Um,
main difference between the Destiny 2 stuff and mine is I'm a horror game creator. I love horror games. I don't like jump scare horror games, mostly just because I have a heart condition that causes, well, not a heart condition. I have anxiety, which overworks my heart, and overworking heart makes me more prone to things like heart attacks and stuff. Like, according
Yeah,
to the
no, I get
doctor
that.
that was treated. But I like psychological horror. Stuff where it's like, if you were in the situation, that'd be scary.
I'm trying to find. Oh, there's one window that's hiding on me. There we go. Trying to close out of Photoshop because I forgot to close that earlier. There we go. Get out of here. I've been doing a lot of work, like, behind the scenes here.
Shut, I'm kidding.
Photoshop.
Ew, I keep getting the same fucking ad, dude.
What?
The ad came back. It's just right below you again. Ugh.
What's it advertising?
The same thing. It's like this lens for, like, I guess glasses.
Who the heck are you?
One lens for L or R eye for men.
Get out of here. Unless you're making
There
me
it goes,
money, in
gone.
which case, stay. Keep making me money.
It's gone.
I don't know. I don't know what the logistics are for Twitch ads. I don't know if like the people that are streaming end up getting money for the banner ads or if they're just there.
I have no idea. I haven't been in touch with but like anything related for a hot minute. I've been kind of just all over the place.
Chatty says I got an ad for a gaming PC from Amazon. That could either be really good or really bad. and no in between. Just finished. I'm too lazy to color it. I see it.
Hold on, let me take a look.
It's cool looking. Yep.
Oh,
And you did the classic, like, I'm gonna put the hand somewhere where I don't have to draw it.
can't blame you.
We know how that works. Yeah. Hands are terrifying.
As somebody who drew, okay, apparently nobody in my friend group noticed it until I pointed it out. For the longest period of time, I was only drawing 4 fingers. Like, when they first met me, I was drawing 5 fingers. But then I reverted to drawing 4 fingers. And it was in the middle of, like, a conversation. I don't remember what the conversation was anymore. Where my friend Spooky looked at my artwork and went, huh, you just been drawing 4 fingers on all these characters. It's like, yeah, I'm surprised you guys haven't noticed. And only recently, like a couple months ago, I started drawing 5 fingers all over again. And then Maple, despite me saying it to her in her face, she goes, I just realized DJ has 5 fingers in this picture. Yeah.
It's like, surprise! Yeah. Also, Frog is logging off for tonight. Thank you for coming out, Frog. I appreciate it a lot.
I love your username.
Chatty Frog.
Chatty
Froggy
Frog.
Chat. Akumu says, recently I tried out a new game, which is a horror game, but unfortunately, I'm now mentally attached to some of the characters. Well, good luck with that.
Curious.
I hope you enjoy the sadness and turmoil.
I
I think it's one of the things that I'm not looking forward to if I ever play Danganronpa. Because, like, uh-oh, so many people are going to be dead. Or crazy.
I went through a short Danganronpa phase, mostly just because of the anime. That thing messed me up. Don't watch the anime. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
Don't. If you want to get messed up in the head, go for it, but don't, because you'll get messed up in the head.
I don't know, like, I've heard so many people say good things about Danganronpa, and then, like, on the other side of the coin, then people that are fans of Danganronpa that are just like, yeah, Danganronpa kind of sucks.
I am friends with somebody who is a massive fan of Danganronpa, and even they tell me, don't watch the anime, and it also sucks.
Damn. I mean, there's a lot of fandoms that are similar to that. Like, or you know, just stories in general. I love Chihiro. Why did they kill him off? Aw. I don't know who that be, but waiting for part 8, says Akumu.
I don't remember a lot of the names from the anime. I didn't bother with the games. I went straight to the animes. There's like the first one was okay. Not the first episode. The first one that takes place. I don't remember when, because I don't know. That was okay. That was fine. But when I watched the one that I say that was the second anime, which takes place with a different game altogether, that one messed me up. And then I just couldn't deal with it anymore. Like, nope, okay, that's enough. That's enough of this for me. I'm gonna go watch what my sister's watching. She's watching My Little Pony. I'm gonna go watch that.
Yay. Oh, good. Something wholesome. Thank you. Good move. No, I haven't gotten into, like... I haven't hardcore gotten into an anime since I was, like, 15.
I also haven't gotten into a bunch of anime. There had been a few that I was super interested in, and I find out later had problems or something nasty happens after, not watching them for a while. Like, Dragon Maid. That was one. I was like, oh, well, good thing I didn't watch the rest of that one.
Ah, darn. I guess the closest thing to an anime I got into was Ruby, and that's it. And even then, I was in it for, like, the fight sequences. And the second that they moved over, the second that Monty left, or I should say, no longer was with us, unfortunately.
Passed away, yeah.
No, the second that Monty was no longer in the picture, like, they had to pick up the pieces and try and, like, move forward without him. But, like, I don't know. Fights didn't feel exactly the same, and the heart of the thing just didn't feel the same. Like, I'm sure it's probably following the same formula that like Monty wanted, but it's like he's not really there to be the director. He's not there to, like, be the person to say, no, this doesn't really fit the vision, or, like, no, I don't like the direction this is going. I don't know.
When I was introduced to Ruby, I was more interested in the fighting and the weapons. That was, like, super interesting for me. And then I stopped watching it, only for that same friend who introduced me to it telling me, oh, you're not missing out on much. Somebody got bullied to the point of committing,
Yeah. Creepy.
So it's like, oh, well, that's not good. I'm not gonna watch that. But I have a small list of animes that I'm gonna probably check out. Like I was recommended The Laughing Salesman, but I don't know much about it, so I'm gonna check it.
You say The Laughing Salesman, and the first thing I think is The Happy Mask Salesman.
No, that's what I thought of too.
It's like, you've met a terrible fate, haven't you? If you're wondering, the game, it's kind of weird since a lot of people love it and some don't, but it's called Garden of Banban. I remember the name of that.
No, not Garden of Banban, no.
I'm going to refresh my memory real quick.
Garden Garten of Banban was created by some brothers. I don't know where it is, like where it stands now. All I know is that the guys said something about creating a school shooting game thing, or that
Oh.
they are making it, or they made one, and they also are notorious for creating games with way too many polygons, or at least with Garten of Banban, the remote had more polygons than a majority of high quality characters from other games.
Darn.
Ugh.
Yeah, I remember I've seen these characters in a few places, and the reviews on Steam mixed. Ew.
I agree. Howl's Moving. Sorry, this person saying about like Howl Moving Castle is a beautiful movie. I remember Howl's Moving Castle. It was a pretty. On the topic of movies, hey Bippy, have you ever watched The Labyrinth?
Labyrinth?
Yes.
I have not seen Labyrinth, no. I know of it.
How dare you? I'm kidding.
Right. How dare you not watch David
for my
Bowie's magnum
birthday-
opus?
For my birthday, that was the movie that we watched, even though I've seen it like a billion times by now. It's one of my favorite movies. Besides, top favorite movies: Labyrinth, Dark Crystal, Rockadoodle, which is not even remotely a Jim Henson film. It's just an animated film. and then Neverending Story, and that's just because
okay.
the vibes they give.
Mm-hmm.
Labyrinth is about like this girl named Sarah who is sick and tired of babysitting her brother or whatever, so she's like also obsessed with this like Goblin King story or whatever, and essentially she wishes her brother away, and he's taken away by the Goblin King, who's played by David Bowie, and she goes through this labyrinth that the Goblin King named Jareth that's in charge of, and she meets a couple friends along the way, and they're all like puppets that the Jim Henson Company made. It's really, the vibe of it, I really, really like. And then you got the Dark Crystal, which has its own Netflix adaptation show that's like prior to the movie. I couldn't explain what's going on in that film. It's just, you got these things called the sketch.
I've heard things about the Dark Crystal. I remember it was like really ambitious, but like the vision just didn't end up going through. And most audiences were just like, what the fuck?
I like it though. And then Rockadoodle is about a film where a mother's like reading the story to her son while there's a storm going on the farm, and he wants to be a big boy and help protect the farm from the storm. But then he's like wishing with his book or whatever about this rooster named Chanticleer who was not like, who was convinced that like he sucked, like his crow never brought the sun up or whatever. And then it starts off live action, then goes into like 2D where he's just like wishing, and then this freaking owl comes in. Ooh, you're a cat now. Ooh, and I'm gonna eat you. Ooh. Blood comes in.
I remember the name Rockadoodle. I don't think I ever saw it, and I think I might have saw like a review of it back in the day, back when like edgy reviewers of movies was a thing that was like popular. I think that's it. That's probably where I've heard of it. I'm very happy I grew out of like that and watching like angry movie reviewers. Or just angry reviews in general.
Angry movies reviews? Okay, I thought you were talking about like movies like that in general. I was about to say I never grew up from that.
Oh, no, I grew up with watching a lot of like snobby like video at like video game, movie, comic book, or just like a lot of reviewers. I watched a lot of like the Channel Awesome people. Tons of them.
Princess I can't.
Princess Mononoke.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've seen it. I probably should watch it. I know I have a friend who talked about it with me, let me watch it with them. Probably should at this point.
Shell says you should.
I shall.
There we go.
I could sit here for hours on end talking about movies. Actually, no, not me. My sister. who's the movie enthusiastic person. She has watched so many movies.
I have not seen many movies. In fact, I'm not like a massive fan of movies, mainly because I've got the attention span of like a housefly.
Mood. Most of the movies that I remember and I still love to this day are movies that I grew up with. And nowadays, with me growing older, there's a lot of movies that I don't often watch a lot of movies, and when I am watching movies, I'm usually rewatching movies from my childhood. Like,
Shell says, I was
again.
about to say you had the attention span of a goldfish. I was going to say something like that too, but I was like, no, too on the nose.
Goldfish actually have good memory, though.
Yeah, I mean, Mythbusters proved it. Anyway, yeah, no, a lot of the movies that I are my personal favorites are ones that I remember watching when I was younger. Like,
For real.
you know,
I was
like-
also gonna say, while you were talking about the first Pokemon movie, I was like, I had that on VCR.
yay, VHS tapes, very fun.
Yeah.
I think, what were some of my favorite childhood movies? I remember I watched a lot of stuff from Disney. So, Lion King was, like, all-time one of my greatest and, like, favorite things of all time when I was younger. I did watch Beauty and the Beast, and I did really like that. Shell says, I love analog horror VHS tapes. I'm glad that's not something I grew up with. The silence is killing me. Okay, we're gonna be quiet for it. We're gonna be quiet for the next 3 minutes then. Ah! Ow! How dare you? How dare you silence the silence? Frickin' pies. Yeah, you get out of there. Anyway. Gotta love, committing to a bit. Anyway. Oh, right, we were talking about movies. Back to the Future. God, that was a big one. Love
I've
Back
seen
to the
Back
Future.
to the Future.
What was
I've
that?
seen it like a couple times growing up.
I think the major complaint that I have with those movies, I think I talked about this on the previous stream, but like, Back to the Future, once you see one of those movies, you've basically seen all of them.
Pretty much.
It's just like the exact same thing 3 times. I mean, with like slightly different story beats. That's kind of it. Like,
With
like, oh, Marty McFly jumps in, like, oh my God, time machine go burr, goes to different time. Marty does not fit in that time frame. Oh no, silly shenanigans happen. Oh, miscommunication between person from this time and this time. Oh gosh, how is Marty going to get back? That's basically all 3 movies.
You just reminded me of a joke they made in RVB. I don't remember what. I think it was the Shizno plot where they actually mentioned Back to the Future, where they were talking about like the timeline stuff. It was kind of funny. Where it's like you have only 2 or 3 outcomes with how time works. Back to the Future logic, butterfly effect, and then like other stuff. It was kind of stupid. I wish I remember the joke, man.
Yeah, man, I don't think I saw that. Did I ever see
Well,
that
you
joke?
didn't
I don't
see a lot of. I think you told me that you didn't watch past, like, when they found out he. What was it? At the end of the chorus stuff, season 13, or like probably way before that.
Yeah, I don't. I think I watched up to maybe 13 or 14. I remember Shizno.
Yeah,
Shizno was a
the
freaking
Shizno
troll
Paradox
and a
was
half.
a bit after season 13 and 14.
Mhm.
That was like season 16 to 17. and then 18.
Right. Oh man. Rest in peace, Rooster Teeth. God.
I got to watch Restoration Project. I have a link to it. Somebody posted it on the freaking Internet Archive.
Good on him. It's kind of the only way that we're going to be able to keep like little morsels like that alive.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder who's got like the archives of all the original downloads for Red vs. Blue, because you know somebody does.
Ask Sony. He has a bunch of like sources of like different places where they've got a bunch of archives.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know I have the original DVD releases of Red vs. Blue. Like I'm talking like DVD, not Blu-ray,
Oh,
DVD.
yeah. I have a
And
friend who has the entire collection. I was like, damn, that's a flex. What the fuck?
I think I got the DVD collection because they were announcing that like they were running out of stock, and they said like once these are gone, we're never reprinting them. And considering that like Red vs. Blue is essentially my childhood, and I did not want to lose that, I was like, yeah, you know, I'll spend the money. I'll grab them before they're gone. So I have the entirety of the Blood Gulch Chronicles. So
Hell yes.
well, what's funny though, even the DVDs were changed a little bit.
Oh yeah, they were.
Actually, I remember like the really early days of Red vs. Blue when they used like Limp Bizkit as like some music for some of their trailers. It was a different time. It was a time where we thought Limp Bizkit was cool, okay? We have since realized that that was not the case. We have apologized, okay? We have disowned
No,
Mr. Biscuit.
no. I'm not going to spoil anything about Restoration Project, which is the last bit that they did. But the people who did music for what was it, Chicken Little? Sorry, I almost said Little Chicken. Chicken Little also did music for Restoration Project, and we thought that was kind of hilarious.
That's freaking cool.
So they
Have
went
you
from
ever played a horror
Chicken Little
game?
to Rooster Teeth.
Have you played a horror game which your emotional support slash pet leaves the room? I have not really played horror games all that much less had like emotional support in the room. I don't know. Mostly, if I ever play horror games, I tend to get through them with my regular flavor of sass and making fun of things. And that's how Snatcher Plays happen. You've been streaming for 3 hours. Again, yesterday I was streamed till 12. I am
3 hours? That's rookie numbers. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, bump those numbers up. I scare easily, so I either... Oh, yeah, so I either need my pets nearby. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And that's cool.
When somebody said something about horror game and emotional support pet, my brain immediately remembered Frambo, which is a really good horror game in my
Oh,
opinion.
I never played Franbo.
Point and click game.
Yeah, I remember seeing a lot of, Let's Plays and stuff of Franbo. But I never played it myself.
Frambo, when it comes down to its horror, it's less jump scary and more, again, like psychological horror stuff. And I resonate from my background, which I am very open about, like my own background, because it's like, what are you gonna do with this information? Ooh, anyways. But I resonate a lot with Frambo as a person who's experienced what I've experienced.
And then Shell says, what about Little Misfortune?
Yes! Oh my god, I love Little Misfortune!
I have seen, again, another one of those games that I've seen doing Let's Plays, but I have never played it myself.
I have seen multiple Let's Plays of both Frambo and Little Misfortune, and I just really love both of those games in terms of their story and their vibe with the stuff. I've cried about Little Misfortune.
It does seem to be one of those, like, really heartfelt kind of games, for sure. Like, horror themed, but very heartfelt, and, like, I know Little Misfortune, like, I don't know who the character is or like the name of the main character, or if they're just named Little Misfortune.
Her name is literally Little Misfortune.
Amazing.
Or Misfortune.
Misfortune.
Yeah.
Like even just looking at like Misfortune, you can immediately just tell that this is a character that you're going to latch on to and be like, oh, comfort character. Do not hurt her. Let her live, please. Don't let her fall.
One of my favorite
don't
characters
let her die by the end of it.
from the Fran Bow game. One of my favorite characters from the Fran Bow game is the skeleton guy. Is really fun. I love funky man.
Skeleton.
I can't
I love
remember his
silly
name. It's
skeleton
been so long.
Skeleton men are amazing.
Scrap.
Skeleton men, not scrap. I mean,
Scrap
scrap is technically a
Sona
skeleton.
is a mad scientist skeleton man.
Yeah, no, that's true. The terror, the horror. He's threatening me on multiple occasions. Here we go. Put this stuff here. Okay, you guys behaving over in the Discord? Yes, you are. Good stuff. Yeah, for me, I remember, God, I played a lot of Newgrounds games back in the day, and there were a lot of horror games, but like so often there were so many people that made horror games that were just like jump scares. That's it. That's all they were. It was like, oh, hey, spooky woods, jump scare, and that's it. And very rarely did I ever play games on Newgrounds that like genuinely they felt like they were really good from a horror perspective, or like, you know, really building atmosphere. Whenever I've seen like stuff from Fran Bow, you know, like the Fran Bow and Little Misfortune developer, the vibe I've always gotten from them is that they feel like a Newgrounds, one of the good Newgrounds horror people. You know, like those people that they actually understand that a big part of horror is like the world building and kind of like, you know, adding in those macabre elements and a lot of like, you know, those things that give you that clawing feeling in your chest, just like, oh God, you know, like a lot of things that remind you of like existentialism or like, you know, the fear of the unknown, or, you know, things similar to that. Good horror. Stuff that actually puts you on edge, as opposed to putting you on edge of like, oh God, when's the next jump gonna happen? Oh boy.
Bitby making his raccoon friend stim in the background because those are shit that I strive for when creating my own video game.
Hey. Shell says, I remember when I had a Kirby styrofoam stress toy and I had placed it near my bed on my nightstand. The next day I wake up, I don't see it there, and when I walked into the living room, I see it in pieces with my cat ripping it. I thought this was going to be a horror story. This is just stupid. This is just an asshole. Just like, I thought this story was going to be going like, and then when I woke up, the Kirby wasn't there. And then I went into the kitchen, and I saw that the Kirby was there. And there was a knife on the counter next to it.
My brain pictured that one meme that my cousin used to send me of a picture of Kirby, of a Kirby plushie out on the street holding a knife.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was referencing. That'd have been great. The cat is the horror, says Akumu. Oh, okay. No, that's fair. My cat's an asshole. All cats, in some capacity, are assholes. It just depends on how they feel that day.
As a person who used to own 30 cats, I can confirm.
30?
A lot of them were rescue kitties.
Okay, my God. I was trying to
A
figure
lot of
out
them
how
were
that
rescue
would have
kitties
happened.
or children of said rescue. Because
okay.
we were a poor family who was rescuing animals but could not get in contact of like an actual animal shelter that wasn't going to kill them. So
yeah. That
we eventually got most of them fixed and shots and all that stuff, or ended up giving them to families that could afford it.
I couldn't imagine living with that many cats. Mostly because I'm allergic.
You're allergic to... Don't you have a pet cat?
I don't have a pet cat anymore. I did have Tommy, but Tommy was special, okay? I was willing to deal with, like, you know, stuffy nose and like ickiness and, you know, having quarantined areas in the house if it meant taking care of him. But like now, because he's diabetic and I've got a big old phobia of needles and don't want to be subjecting the cat to that all the time. Yeah, I've given that cat up to my parents. They can do that, and to give them a lot of credit, they have been doing exactly that. And he's living as happy and healthy as he can be right now. You know, having diabetes. Are you able to do a gremlin voice? That depends on what. There are many different flavors of gremlin. You know, like there's gremlin in like, you know, with a little bit more bassiness to it. You know, something like an older style medieval gremlin, and then there's something like this. You know,
Hello, do you have coin? Of making a goblin voice.
Do you wish to
Have a
spend your
gremlin.
gold?
Have a gremlin and a goblin talking to each other. It's just Bippy and Maple having a conversation.
I'm a goblin!
yeah, right. Should I try raising button quails or jungle quails again? I don't know. I mean, I've never even thought about the idea of raising birds. Mostly because, like, birds are, like, very temperamental, and they live for a long freaking time. I have not really wanted to have... Oh, also, loud as hell. I cannot... my rule is I cannot live in a household where the animal is louder than I can be. If you can get louder than I am, then we have a problem. You should search them up. I think I've seen button quails and stuff, but I've never like thought about taking care of them. I know a couple of people that I have talked to before that they're like massively into taking care of the quails. But yeah, quails are adorable. They're little tiny balls. PSX is here. Why do I always gotta play the games with music a lot of YouTube channels always use? Play games with music a lot of YouTube channels always use. I don't know why, but that's short-circuiting my brain for some reason. Are you talking like, you know, Hat in Time is currently running in the background and like, you know, you're playing a lot of Hat in Time? Is that what you mean? Because right now we're having a heart-to-heart, Lassie. Quails are really silent, so I don't usually have a problem with them. Yeah. Point. I was more thinking of, like, you know, regular, like, you know, getting a parrot or something. Yeah, I hear Hat in Time music a lot, and sometimes Miitopia. Oh, yeah, Miitopia's got some, like, really interestingly good music.
Miitopia? I'm sorry, I was responding to a text and all I hear is Miitopia.
Oh, you heard Miitopia? It's like, neuron activated!
Neuron activated.
See, me, I would like them to do another Tomodachi Life. That's me. I think it's been enough time. They made a Tomodachi Life at the beginning of the 3DS era. I think we've had plenty of space. It is now time to consider making a new one. Like, can you imagine? Like, there's got to be some really interesting new ideas you could do with Miis at this point. Accidentally got rid of Twitch, but I'm back. Did you press the funny X button? Don't do that.
What's up? Welcome back. Hi, how's
Hello.
it going?
Welcome back. You have returned to the land of the living. 'Cause I remember I played a lot.
I don't want to be the land of the living. There's a reason why I wear skull on my necklace.
Yeah, right. Hello,
Must be dead.
welcome to the land of the dead. I escaped from Snatcher. Oh, yeah, no, that's fair.
I used to make a joke back when I would draw Snatcher a lot more that I actually sold my soul to draw his likeness so he didn't sue me.
I mean, that's the best excuse you can give. Contractual obligation.
And conveniently, not long after making that joke for quite some time, I get a audio from you being Snatcher telling you happy birthday.
Ah, man. It was fun making little birthday messages for people. I don't really get a whole lot of requests for that nowadays.
I have been told by Maple multiple times that if I wanted a voice actor for some of my stuff, I should ask you. And I'm sitting here like, but I want to pay him!
Yeah.
I don't want to just make him do it for free. I want to pay him, and I can't pay him. I don't have a job!
Yeah, I mean, hey, that might be true, but at the same time, like, a voice actor doesn't necessarily get anywhere from, like, just taking nothing but paid work. Sometimes a voice actor has got to go and do some, like, free little gigs every now and then.
Fair. I know that's like the whole
I know there's a ton of
freelancing
people over
stuff
at,
for,
like,
projects.
there's a ton of jobs over at Casting Call Club, which is literally just people doing dubs of other shows and other types of, like, video games, and nobody's, like, I mean, there are a few people that are getting paid on a few of those jobs, but, like, a lot of them are completely free, and people are just lending their voices and their time to get some projects off the ground because people are really passionate about the ideas that they have, and they're trying to make something cool. And heck, it doesn't even need to be anything, it doesn't have to be based on anything. It could just be somebody's idea that they want to bring to life, essentially. I know that, oh man, like the Welcome Home project, I know that, like, I don't know whether or not Synth was actively paid or not. You'd have to ask him, but I don't seem to recall anybody on the project really being paid. Pretty much everybody that was working on it over the course of, like, several years were only doing it because, like, they believed in the project and they really liked it and they liked helping contribute to it. And it's only by, like, the grace of whatever deity that's looking down at them that it took off. And they ended up selling, like, mucho giganto amount of plushie, as well as also they are now moving into selling, like, more plushies of more characters and pin sets and things through Makeshift, and they're actively getting a pretty good, like, amount of money through that, as well as, like, Clown's got the Ko-fi, which they're making money through that as well, and, like, because of that, like, a bunch of people on the team kind of retroactively got a paycheck. Because Clown was just like, you guys believed in this project when it was going nowhere, so here you go. And so not only was there money later on down the line, but also, I mean, that's a massive resume piece. Sometimes, if you do stuff for free, you don't know where your line's going to end up going. For all you know, what you're currently working on is going to take off. And, people might know your name a heck of a lot more than you expect them to the next day. Like, it's just kind of one of those, you gotta get lucky.
See, at least I know about all of it. It's just, I always feel bad when people, like, because right now most of my team consists of all of my closest friends. None of them are being paid, yet I tell them repeatedly, because none of them join this with the intention of being paid, yet that's the thing that I keep telling them, is the second that any of this starts making money, I want to pay them. I don't feel okay knowing that they don't get any of it, mostly just because a lot of it is, like, their own artworks, or they help create the characters, or they help create part of the story. And at least with Sony, yes, I'm dating Sony, and same for Maple, yes, I'm dating Maple, but both of them also help me on this. And Sony makes a lot of the music for my game. I already went ahead and looked up, like, the average pay for most musicians on video games and stuff, and it was like something like a couple hundred per every minute or so.
Yeah.
Like, definitely not 200, but probably above that.
It's pretty taxing work, so yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, she's not expecting me to pay her. Neither is Maple, but I still, like, that's the thing I want to do. And whenever it was brought up to me about, like, oh, we can get voice actors for a game, I said that I didn't think too much about having voice actors for the game, except for maybe later on with a different portion of the game. Because you have the main game, and then you have the side story, which takes place in space. And that one is going to have a style change. Me and Scrap plan to have that one in a more 3D PlayStation 1 graphic style, because that's the style that we like, and that one might have voice acting in it. However, I don't know that many people who would be willing to take on a project like this, let alone have the voices that I'm looking for. And Bit, I've already told you, you have a character in this game, mostly just because, again, I'm heavily inspired by things around me, and that includes you. So you get a character all to yourself.
Yay. And
But Maple was the one who suggested it, and I was like, I don't want him to just do it for free. And that even though I know that
for me,
voice actors do a lot of it for free, depending on the project and stuff.
yeah, well, for me, I tend to jump depending on what the project is. If somebody is outright saying that they've got a line and they've got a position, they are going to be paying for it. I am a little bit more relaxed when it comes to the prerequisites for the project. You know, like it can be a little more like rough behind the edges if they're saying they have intentions of paying and they have plans already set in place to pay. In that case, that's cool. For a free project, here's kind of where my lines go. With a free project, everything kind of has to be worked out. Like a plan needs to be in place. Like characters need to be fleshed out, worlds need to be explored and figured out. Lines need to be actively written. Like basically, you have to have a really good idea of what you're making, and you need to be able to really sell that well to me before I would be okay with just throwing my voice free to a project. And if somebody can do that, then my answer is going to be yes. Because, like, for me, what that tells me is that whoever is working on this project, not only do they have passion for the project, they have a vision, and they know what they're doing. And for me, that gives me plenty of confidence, and that lets me know that the work that I'm going to be putting into the project isn't going to be wasted work, and it's going to go somewhere. Because I think the worst thing that somebody can do if you give them free work is to take that free work and then do nothing with it. Because that just means it's just like, I wasted my time and I probably wasted your time because we just did all this stuff for nothing. So yeah, if I am going to do any sort of free work, I definitely need to do it with somebody who seems to have their act together. So I guess there's a tip for you and a tip for anybody else who I don't know whether or not anybody's listening or if anybody's paying attention, but
yeah,
that's an overall good set of advice I can give, I think.
When it was brought up to me, it was during this time that we were talking about like future plans. I as I've stated, a lot of my friends make a lot of jokes about voice acting and stuff, and I have told them that I am considering it later down the line. But nothing has been fully fleshed out yet. I haven't even got through most of the basic coding for just the game. That's just because I'm learning as I'm going. And one of my biggest things with it is, for voice actors, I don't want to just tell them that I plan on paying them and not actually go through with it. And as for like the free stuff, I wouldn't know how far it's gonna go, and without any like reassurance on how far that's gonna go, I don't want to just start it and then just end up with a problem that I wasn't planned for at the moment or wasn't prepared for at all. So that's like my thought process. It might change later on in the years, but as of right now where I am, I can't even hire voice actors, let alone I have somebody who's making music, but we don't have anything for that music to go with. Like, it's just been Sony kind of just making music because she wants to, and I'm like, oh, that sounds cool, here's an idea that comes to my mind, mostly just because it's just a little passion project that I've been working on for over 10 years at this point, and I brought them into it after experiencing problems with previous friend groups that kind of almost ruined my passion for this project, and they fixed it. So it's just kind of us been goofing around and all that.
Yeah,
I'm just terrible at my own time, so I was like, "Ugh." How long have you been working on this game? Almost 10 years. Do you have anything for it? Nope. Just the story. Just the
I
story.
mean, that's
Not
how it
even
be
like
sometimes, man.
dialogue. Not like dialogue. No, like sprites. We have character designs, but those might get updated here. So, but didn't you update them like last month? Yes.
That's how it be. That's how it do.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
And for all you know,
Um,
one day, things might finally start aligning, and you might end up seeing a whole bunch of things that were all a bunch of individual pieces start coming together. It could happen.
And I'm really excited for it. I always talk about it. I always like take an opportunity to share about my project with that. I always like talking and making stuff for it, but when it comes down to the work, I gotta actually sit down and work for it. Problem is, as of late, I've not had any time to do that. I've just kind of been picking myself back up, I guess. But
Good move. Good move.
But when it comes down to voice acting, this is me warning you. You might get a message of that one day if you're ever still like available during that time.
I mean, I might. We'll see. I mean, my DMs and everything are open in a lot of different places, and people can ask me questions.
Man, it's such a convenience that I'm friends with a voice actor. I have also stated that to my friends there is probably a
Character
chance
designs, scripts for character dialogue, etc., etc. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different steps you got to get through, for sure. But that will
Absolutely.
happen in due time, for sure. Here, I was gonna go look for something. Oh yeah, I was curious to look at something in my settings real quick. Here, tracking. I want to see. Oh wait, no, that's tracking effects. No, okay. Where is AR kit? Hey, look, local IP. That means nothing. What in the ever-loving hell is Meowface? That is scary, and I don't know what that is.
question. I don't like where my brain went with that.
Meowface?
Yow face?
I must look this up. What are you? I wondered whether or not like a newer face tracking software might do good with I've noticed there's some issues with the face tracking currently using this software and iFacial mocap, but iFacial mocap is kind of ancient, so it might be I might be due for an update possibly. Okay. Wait, VTube Studio? Does VTube Studio have AR kit stuff? I have to look that up real quick. VTube Studio AR kit. Oh, there's this thing called VBridger. Is that it?
Stuff off. I've just been sitting here at the main menu. I haven't even been playing this game.
Yay! Idle.
I've been idle. There was at least one person who walked up to me and started dancing.
The intense music while watching this is perfect. It's like, wait a second. Oh! Here. VBridger is a face tracking plugin designed for VTube Studio and Live 2D. Okay, well, that's all great, but is that what I was looking for? Or is it something else? I don't know. Also, Meowface looks, I'm not going to say bootleg. It's probably fine. Seems to have some decent reviews, but it hasn't been updated since like 2023, which, to be fair, I think that's a little bit more than iFacial mocap, which that hasn't been updated since I think 2020. So, that's fair.
I
Also, let me close out of these menu icons here so you guys don't see them. Goodbye. There you go. No, VTube Studio. Does VTube Studio have that, like, built directly in, or is that, like...
I should probably head out, mostly just because I've been sitting on the floor in a very awkward position and I didn't actually fully stretch.
Shrimp!
Also because I am now being bombarded by several texts by several friends, all of which have no idea where I am.
Oh, dude, talk. Talk to people.
I gotta go!
Go!
Alright, it was really awesome coming in here. I'm glad I had the time to actually come in here. It's been a hot minute since I've last done this.
Yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for coming in and chatting.
Thank you for letting me ramble again about video games and movies.
The ramble is what we do here.
Yay.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, see you a bit.
See ya.
Wah!
Bark. Bark. Oh no, goodbye. Oh no, the silence is deafening. I need something to fill the void. Fuck it! I'm good. Cricket sounds. Nah, we fine. Let me take a look at this. So, I'm trying... Blah, okay, thank you for the snack. I appreciate it. My glasses are going through the pie. There. Let's see, I can't... VTube Studio is an app that you can get for iPhone. Do I already have that? I need to look into that. I need to do some testing, and I need to see whether or not, like, VTube Studio is, like, good with ARKit right out of the box, or if I need, like, a separate app. Very curious. Must see. As well as also there's that other app, which... I mean... Maybe I'll get it. Maybe. You looked hungry. To be fair, I kind of am. I mean, I've had crackers, but I feel like I could have something a little bit more substantial. You know, like a steak. Is it decent enough? It's kind of a lot of sugar. Maybe if one of these pies happens to be like, you know, like a pot pie. Yeah, there we go. Like a chicken pot pie. Bark! I'm going to say that that's a chicken pot pie. Let's just... Canon says that's chicken pot pie. Thank you. I appreciate it. Smug dances. Pie steals glasses. Yeah, have any of you guys ever seen the bit without glasses? It's quite haunting. It really is. Like, my face just feels just bare whenever I'm, like, not wearing glasses. It's like, ooh. It's weird and creepy. I don't like it. Well, it's been a hot minute here, so I'm thinking now might be a decent time for me to head off. Possibly make myself a thing to eat or something like that. But this has been fun. This has been very nice. I am going to go ahead and unconnect the thing here. There we go. Every time I draw you, I get to see you without glasses. Ah, okay. Fair. That is very fair. Anyway, a little bit of a reminder. Again, this Saturday I'm going to be releasing my video on TTS Brian. I hope that I have made it interesting enough that, you know, people are entertained by it. Like, I don't know how many people are, like, actively really excited about it. I am, and for me, like, that's all that really matters. Whether or not, like, other people will feel that exact same excitement, or whether or not it's, like, you know, it's kind of like I'm hoping that the excitement that I have about the subject is infectious and people will be interested in it. Only time will tell. I don't know. We will see. But that video is going to be coming out on Saturday. It's going to be coming out at 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So if you... And I will be there. I will be in the chat, and I'll be watching right along with you. And hopefully it will be, you know, an entertaining little romp. And also, it's like one of the first really heavily edited videos that I have released it in a very long time. Which I know that it's kind of a rare treat nowadays. You don't see that a lot, and I know for a lot of people, like I'm trying to, I think Diamond specifically, they were just like, oh my god, actual edited bit video. Like he definitely seems to be entertained whenever one of those comes out. I don't know, like editing is kind of my bread and butter. Been doing that for many years. Kind of takes time to make a good video, so you're fine. Oh, thank you. I mean, to be fair, like the video that I have been making, it should have been done a heck of a lot sooner. But again, a lot of life-related things have been happening, as well as also I have been dealing with the stupid vertigo that I've been trying to work out for a long time. So lots of things have been delayed because of that. And also, sometimes I feel like I'm just making excuses for myself. But it is coming out, and I am really excited for you guys to be seeing what I have been working on. So, yahoo. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, also, on top of that, again, my streaming schedule, I stream on Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays. They start at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. He's fine, but you should take time. I try to keep reminding myself of that. Like, you know, I don't want to end up falling into some weird YouTube groove where I feel like I have to release some kind of content every single day, or at least every single week, to like satiate some algorithm. I don't want that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to feel like I have to be on the grindstone constantly for that one. Anyway, next Saturday, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I don't know for sure. Like, we played a crap ton of Binding of Isaac. I don't think that's something that I should be repeating next week. I'm thinking I'll figure it out, and then we will move forward once I figure that out. But I've been playing Splinter Cell Pandora tomorrow, and I've been doing that on Wednesdays. That's old game that I remember playing a long time ago, and it makes me happy to go back and remember the fond and not so fond memories of that game, because sometimes it can be very frustrating. That is currently happening. And then, yeah, casual streams happen on Sundays, where I either play just a casual sort of a game, or I just like sit in the chat and talk, which is kind of what we did today. We just sort of chilled and chatted in the chat, and hopefully that was entertaining. Thank you very much for tossing all kinds of random crap at me today. I appreciate that a lot. I am going to take off here. Thanks for coming out. I am going to go this direction. See you later.